You're in Braves country. Lineup for Braves Country by D.M. McGee. A is for Aaron, the Hammer and Hank, the real home run king. Take that to the bank. B is for Bobby. Cox never cowered. He'd give Blue quite an earful on his way to the showers. C is for Chipper. Don't call him Larry. He would show up in Shea, the Mets he would bury. D is for David. Justice he'd bring. A Game 6 solo brought Atlanta their ring. E is for Eddie Matthews. 512 bombs away. Lit skies from Boston to Milwaukee to the A. F is for Fred. McGriff dog-biting crime. A fire was lit the day he arrived. G is for Glavine. Southpaw winds and kicks. Changing speeds east and west. A gem in Game 6. H is for Harry and his brother George Wright. The father of baseball, Boston pennants in flight. I is for inning, ending double play. Riley to Ozzie to Olsen all day. J is for Jones. Andrew let her fly. And his gloves in center is where singles would die. K is for strikeouts. A plenty from Strider. The quads in the stash, getting swings from that slider. L is for Lopez. Javi to B-Mac. Travis and Smurf, we've been lucky to see that. M is for Mad Dog. He won 355. Could swat flies with the changeup and still bust you inside. N is for Necro. He got to the hall by bending and knuckling and floating that ball. O is for Otis. Old Nixon could fly. The catch at the wall baffled our eyes. P's still for Peterson. We were all rockin' pearls. With Eddie and Jorge, we were out of this world. Q is a quandary for why Dale is not in. Murphy MVPs again and again. R is for ranking. the top pitcher's lore. Remember Kid Nichols, 107 WAR. S is for Smoltzy, the big three in the hall. When the game's on the line, you give John the ball. T is for Tyler, Matzik, and the gift of 2021, the entire night shift. U is for Chavez, but we say Uncle Jesse. The frames, the release, kept the batters guessing. V is Van Weeren, Skip Carey 2, Don Ernie Joe, the tales from the booth. W is Warren, spawn Johnny Sane. They'd ride him in Boston and then pray for rain. X is Mazzoni. Yeah, X marked the spot. Leo rocked next to Bobby, and his pitchers stayed hot. Why it makes us feel young, the game's main appeal. Chopping through the battery, there's no better feel. Z is for Zip Boom Bam, Ramalama Ding Dong. Throughout the summer, we sing that song. From AJ to eyeglasses and a hell of a pen. Mad Max, Uncle Charlie, win after win. A cannon from short, and RC you later. Acuna Matata, there is no one greater. Though you can't fit them all when you just A to Z. Think of your favorites in the rafters we see. I started with 3, then 10, 25, 47, 31, and of course 29. Let's not forget 21, 41, 35, the great 44, or 755, and old number 6, who led his great teams. The pennants were flying. It felt like a dream. From Boston to Milwaukee to Atlanta's TBS, a family, a tradition, Braves country's the best. Lineup for Braves Country by D.M. McGee.
Like me, you can't smoke like me. So don't try and be like me. Let's party together.
There's something kind of about a kid that's never played baseball.
We have been hoodwinked, bamboozled, and flat out deceived.
Why did you get so drunk?
You got drunk. I'm just really exhausted.
What's in that cup?
Rum and Cokes.
Do you have any idea how important this is? We're trying to save the bubble. Really, this is what you're doing? This is what you're doing?
Baseball is a beautiful thing. It's more beautiful in an old park. It's asymmetrical and quirky. But even in a dome with artificial turf, it's beautiful. The way the field fans out, the choreography of the sport, the pace and rhythm of it, the fact that that pace and rhythm allows for conversation and reflection and opinion and comparison.
In right field, the crowd is tormenting Strawberries, singing Darryl, Darryl. Little roller up along first, behind the bag. It gets through Buckner. Here comes Knight, and the Mets win.
And there's a fly ball deep to left. It's on its way. There it goes. And the Yankees are going to the World Series. Aaron Boone.
Ground ball stabbed by Polk. He has it. He underhands to first for the first time in 86 years. The Red Sox have won baseball world championship. Can you believe it?
It's a pastime, something you do. It's entertainment, something you watch. And it's a shared experience, something you talk about and read about. But you can apply those same 3 criteria to other things. What makes baseball special is that it's the best game that's ever been devised.
Smith corks one into right down the line. It may go. Go crazy, folks. Go crazy.
Sure as God made green apples, someday
the Chicago Cubs are going to be in the World Series.
A little bouncer slowly toward Bryant. He will glove it in front of Rizzo. It's in time, and the Chicago Cubs win the World Series.
Cubs win! What a lucky break! The good Lord wants the Cubs to win!
How can you not be romantic about baseball?
If baseball is about caring, about loyalty and rivalry,
Braves fans are on their feet hoping for some kind of a bleeder or a seeing eye single. Here's the 1-2 pitch. Fastball hit high and deep down the right field line. It's going back, back, back. Is it fair? Is it zip, boom, bam, it's gone. Ram-a-lam-a ding dong, but 3-run shot, and your Atlanta Braves have taken a 1-run lead. She's gone, baby!
There's a very peaceful thing. It was created and played in pastures and meadows. There's grass, there's outdoors, there's everything that people thought was American and feel about America you get in a ballpark. And it's the wonder of walking through that dark tunnel and seeing a huge open space where men play the little boy's game.
I believe in the Church of Baseball. I've tried all the major religions and most of the minor ones. I know things. For instance, there are 108 beads in a Catholic rosary and there are 108 stitches in a baseball. I prefer metaphysics to theology. You see, there's no guilt in baseball, and it's never boring. It's a long season and you gotta trust it. I've tried them all, I really have. And the only church that truly feeds the soul day in, day out is the Church of Baseball.
Swung line drive left field. 1 run is in. Here comes Brave. Here's the throw to the plate. He is safe.
You're in Braves country. If there's a bigger thing going on right now, I don't know what it is. We're down to 1 strike here. Gurriel, the last hope for the Houston Astros. Here's the 0-2 pitch. Swung on, bounced over to Dansby. Dansby fires it over to Forrest. And here comes the dog pile. Fire the cannons in the battery. Do the chop all throughout Braves country. Pop that top. Your Atlanta Braves have won it all.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome. We direct your attention now to home plate. Please remain standing. We call your attention to our bands here today. They will be jointly directed. And now, another fixture. Our national anthem.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we once were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets' red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Play ball! At this time, ladies and gentlemen, we'd like to introduce today's teams as participants in this historic game.
Keep playing like this, will be the laughing stock of the league.
All right, boys, let's get back to basics. This is a baseball. The object of the game is to keep the baseball within the confines of the...
You're in Braves country.
On a beer? 7 o'clock in the morning. Scotch?
Hey, howdy, hi, and how the hell are you? Pull up an armchair, girls and boys, and join us for Braves Country Baseball. You're listening live, and the scene is Truist Park in Atlanta, Georgia. We're set to bring you pitch by pitch, play by play of your Atlanta Braves. Hi, I'm Mac McGee. Here's your starting lineups for today's action. Leading off the designated hitter for the Los Angeles Dodgers, it's Shohei Ohtani. 8 home runs, 11 RBI, 9 stolen bases, batting .293. Batting second, playing short, Mookie Betts. 5 home runs, 21 RBI, 2 stolen bases, batting .267. Batting third, playing first, Freddie Freeman. 6 home runs, 21 RBI, batting .338. Batting cleanup, the designated hitter, Teoscar Hernandez. He has 9 home runs, 33 RBI, 4 stolen bases, batting .306. Batting fifth, playing third, Max Muncy. 1 home run, 5 RBI, a .184 average. Batting sixth and playing center for the Dodgers, it's Andy Paez. He has 6 home runs, 14 RBI, 3 stolen bases, batting .269. Batting seventh, playing second, Kike Hernandez. 5 home runs, 13 RBI, batting .188. Michael Conforto, batting eighth and playing left. He has 2 home runs, 6 RBI, 1 stolen base, batting .144. And Barnes is behind home plate and batting ninth. 2 RBI, a .250 average. On the mound for the Dodgers tonight, it's Sideshow Bob, Dustin May. He's 1-1 with a 3.95 ERA, 1.24 WHIP, 27 innings, 22 hits, 22 strikeouts, 12 walks, 1 home run served. He'll be going head-to-head with Bryce Elder. Bryce is 1-1 with a 5.33 ERA and a 1.41 WHIP, 27 innings, 28 hits allowed, 16 strikeouts, 10 walks, 6 home runs served. Backing up Bryce in the bottom of the first inning, and in left field, it's Alex Verdugo. 6 RBI, a .302 clip. Austin Riley, batting second, playing third. A .286 average, 6 home runs, 20 RBI. Batting third, the designated hitter, Marcell Ozuna. A .276 average, 5 home runs, 12 RBI. Batting cleanup, playing first, Matt Olson. 5 home runs, 16 RBI, a .230 average. And Ozzie Albies is batting fifth, playing second. 5 home runs, 14 RBI, 5 stolen bases, batting .248. Batting sixth and patrolling center field for your Atlanta Braves, it's Michael Harris II. He's got 3 home runs, 19 RBI, 6 stolen bases, batting .220. Batting seventh, playing right, Eli White. 2 home runs, 8 RBI, 2 stolen bases, batting .308. Daniel Baldwin is batting eighth and behind home plate. 2 home runs, 6 RBI, batting .250. Nick Allen is batting ninth and playing short. He's got 7 RBI and 5 stolen bases, a .278 average. Calling balls and strikes tonight behind home plate, it's Ryan Additon. Your first base umpire, Lance Barksdale. Second base will be manned by Will Little, and down the third base line, it's Ryan Wills. Game time temperatures tonight at Truist Park at first pitch are expected to be around 65 degrees, with the wind blowing right to left and a little bit out at 10 miles an hour. Our pick to click tonight, well, he's due to get off the schneid and 4 for 6 lifetime against tonight's starting pitcher. Give me Marcell Ozuna with 1 home run, 2 RBI, a .667 average to his credit. Everybody else in the lineup is over for your Atlanta Braves. Riley, Olson, Ozzie, Harris, Baldwin, and Allen are a combined 0 for 20. Eli and Doogie have never faced Dustin May. Keys to the game tonight, work that pitch count on Dustin May. Take advantage of the fact that he has walked 12 batters in 27 innings. Get him in and out of the game quickly, and Bryce Elder's got to keep the ball in the yard. He's pitched pretty well his last 2 times out, though against much lighter foes. Keep the ball down, work that sinker, and maybe get some double plays to bail you out. We'll take your Atlanta Braves to win a close one, a tight one, and hopefully the first one of the year against the Dodgers. Give me the Braves to scratch out a 5-4 victory. You gotta believe we are due against this team. Put your click in the chat, slap that like, and let's get ready, Braves Country. We'd like to thank everybody for choosing Braves Country Radio, and a special thanks to all the country club members. Please like on your way in and subscribe, set those alerts, and share Braves Country Radio to help build the crowd so we can continue to bring you the classic call of Braves Country Baseball. Well, it's about that time. Grab you a cold one. Find you an armchair. Atlanta Braves Baseball right here on Braves Country Radio. Your modern-day superstation is in its 5th season of bringing you pitch-by-pitch, play-by-play of your Atlanta Braves and our one-of-a-kind production. Take us anywhere you go for over 170 Atlanta Braves ball games. Please like and subscribe today. Join the Country Club. Thank you to all the Country Club members. You help support Braves Country Radio.
Get this bus moving. Stop. Come back. Too late.
Roll call! Yeah, roll call!
You're in Braves Country.
All right, Braves Country, let's get it going. I see Jameson. I see Charlie Fritz. Uncle Charlie, good to see you. CT, Chris Townsend, good to see you in the chat. Hell yeah. Nathaniel Brooks. Charlie Elrod. World Drummer. Timmy. What you talking about, Willis? Mark Ricky Ricardo. 904. Stargazer, Candace. Joyce, all the way down in Mexico. Happy early Cinco de Mayo down there, Joyce. Kal-El, good to see you. David M. Jedi. Who else do we have in here tonight? I believe that's everybody. Oh, there's Neil Pearson. We're going to take a quick break. Be back in a flash. Getting ready for first pitch. Hey, Braves Country, Mac McGee here for American Rebel Beer. America's patriotic light lager, all natural ingredients. Stand tall, be proud. The perfect beer to celebrate life, liberty, and your pursuit of the American dream. America's patriotic light lager, offering a crisp, clean, bold taste. The perfect beer to celebrate life, liberty, and your pursuit of the American dream. A beer with only 110 calories that tastes like a full-flavored beer and celebrates like freedom. Hey, Braves Country, this is Mac McGee with Braves Country Radio. We are bringing you pitch-by-pitch, play-by-play of your Atlanta Braves all year long. Join the Country Club today. Help support Braves Country Radio. Join the Country Club today. It helps us bring you more of the game we all love. Braves Country Radio, your home for the classic call of Braves Country Baseball. Hey, Braves Country, Mac McGee here for American Rebel Beer. From the mountains to the prairies to your pint glass with white foam, we're bringing back beer with a backbone. All that matters in our brew is taste and a touch of American excellence. American Rebel Beer, born in the USA.
Ladies and gentlemen, we interrupt our program of dance music to bring you a special bulletin from the radio news.
Sit quietly and we will control all that you see and hear. There is nothing wrong. You are about to participate in a great adventure. You are about to experience the awe and mystery.
You unlock this door with the key of imagination. Beyond it is another dimension, a dimension of sound, a dimension of sight, a dimension of mind. You're moving into a land of both things and ideas. You've just crossed over into
Adventures in Time and Space.
We offer you Braves Country Radio, your home for the classic call of Braves Country Baseball.
Hi, folks. Join us now for another Braves ball game. Yes, sir. This is the one we've been waiting for. This is it. This makes you feel like it's spring and baseball. No more measles and free tickets to the circus.
You're in Braves country.
This is a reminder. Disorderly conduct will not be tolerated. Please respect your fellow fan and refrain from any unruly behavior. Failure to comply with these guidelines will result in ejection.
Good evening, Braves country. Your Atlanta Braves are wearing their classic home whites with Braves across the chest, tomahawk underneath, all in red outlined in navy, with yellow at the end of the handle. Blue ball cap, red bill, and the white A representing the city of Atlanta. Dodgers are wearing their classic road grays, Los Angeles across the chest in Dodger blue. Dodger blue ball caps in the white interlocking LA representing the city of Los Angeles. We're just about set for pitch-by-pitch, play-by-play of your Atlanta Braves, as we'll go ahead and set this up, getting ready for the first pitch. Gotta wait for the 3D to come in. Shohei Ohtani is digging in. Righty-lefty matchup, and yes, sir! It is baseball time in Braves country. First pitch on the way is a 93-mile-an-hour sinker at the knees. It's 0-1. The 0-1 kicks and fires. Change up off the edge. 1-1. 1-1 count. Bryce Elder. Swing and a miss. Slider down and in. It's 1-2. The 1-2 count to Ohtani. 85-mile-an-hour slider misses. Down and in. 2-2. We'll try to slow down the cast and have it match up with what you're seeing on the screen as we go along here. The 2-2 count from Elder. So he asks for a new ball. Throws the old one over to off to the side. Elder comes set. The 2-2. Caught looking strike three. He got caught watching the paint dry. 92 up top. One away. Good pitch by Elder. Just kind of froze Ohtani. I think he thought that was going to come in. And almost like that two-seam action you used to see with Greg Maddux, except much higher in the zone. It dipped back in for a strike. First pitch to Mookie Betts, misses high for a ball. It's 1-0. 1-0. Kicks and fires. Outside wide. 2-0. Braves nothing, Dodgers nothing. The 2-0 count. 84 hits the top of the zone. 2-1. The home plate umpire tonight is Ryan Additon. The 2-1 swing, lifts it deep down the line, fouling out of play. So a 2-2 to Mookie. Additon tends to have a fairly wide zone, which could play into the hands of Bryce Elder. The other thing that I saw today is the 2-2. Swing and a miss, strike 3. Pulled the string on that slider. Let's go. Bryce Elder seems to be locked in early. Hopefully he can keep it going. They mentioned that, and I know you can't get too much into expected stats, but when the real stats, I don't have as big a problem with it as the first pitch on the way to Freddie Freeman is outside wide. It's 1-0. It just tells you he's been hitting into the teeth of the defense. And also you can argue a little bad luck is the 1-0. Low sinker. Freddie doesn't like it. Can't say I blame him. 1-1. But Matt Olson has had the hardest hit rate of his career. Pitch on the way is well outside. Ball 2-2-1. 59% of his swings are registered as hard hit. I mean, that's eye-popping. The 2-1 misses high. Ball 3-3-1. So what that essentially means for those of you who don't pay attention to those types of numbers, it means he's hitting the ball extremely hard. He's just getting out. Slider right there at the knees. Good pitch by Elder. Seems to have that pitch working. So a full count to Freddie. Got to be careful here. Standing on deck is Teoscar Hernandez. The infield back into the right. Pitch on the way. Swing and a miss, strike 3. Who is this? Bryce Elder strikes out the side, the top of the Dodger order. Shohei, Mookie, Freddie, they all gone. We'll be back in a flash here on Braves Country.
I decided I'm not working on my anger issues. Y'all need to stop testing me.
I could really use all of the thoughts and prayers and good vibes you could muster, because I'm about to go into a Trader Joe's on a Sunday, so I'm gonna need the power of God behind me.
All right, just wash your hands before you use it. I don't get your germs.
Whoa, washing your hands is healthy? I did it because it felt good. I have so much to learn.
On June 11th, 1938, Johnny Vandermeer threw a no-hitter against the Boston Bees. Just 4 days later, Vandermeer threw a second no-hitter, this time against the Dodgers. To this day, Vandermeer is still the only player in baseball history to throw 2 straight no-hitters.
I had a one-night stand last night, and he says to me, "Oh my God, that was amazing. You want to play a game?" And I'm like, "Yeah, sure." And he's like, "Have you ever heard of the airplane game?" And I'm like, "Sounds kinky, but no. How do you play that?" And he's like, "You take the off."
After Cleveland's great pitcher Addie Joss died, his fellow ball players staged a benefit game to aid his widow. All the great stars came. Walter Johnson, Smokey Joe Wood, Napoleon Lajoie, and Ty Cobb. The game was a great success. They managed to raise $12,931, but it only increased the players' anxieties. With no pensions of their own, or job security, or grievance procedure with the owners, they felt powerless. They now formed a players' fraternity. It had 2 goals: to rid baseball of the hated reserve clause, and to gain a larger share of the profits for the men who made those profits possible. At first, they got nowhere. The owners simply ignored them.
Welcome back. Dustin May, Sideshow Bob, stands at the bump. Set to face Alex Verdugo to lead us off. Righty-lefty matchup, first pitch on the way. Down and in, 94-mile-an-hour fastball. It's 0-1. Sideshow has pitched very well against the Atlanta Braves. A few times we've seen him. You got the pregame numbers is the 1-0. 94th innings. 1-1. Verdugo was questioning that pitch, but he's been calling it low. And honestly, with the guy we have on the mound tonight, we need that. The 1-1, outside wide, sweeper misses. 2-1. He calls low strikes all night long. That'll benefit Elder, and the Braves will just have to embrace it because we need as many low calls as we can get. The 2-1 pitch, swing, fouls it back. Evens up the count 2-2. You don't want Elder throwing high in the zone. He doesn't really have that blow away stuff. He starts getting balls up in the zone, they're going to start leaving in a hurry. So I'll deal with bad calls as long as we're both getting them on the low side. The 2-2, swing, fouls that one away. Only Marcell Ozuna has gotten a base hit against Dustin May in their career. The rest of the folks who have seen him, in case you missed the pregame, are 0 for 20 lifetime. The 2-2. This is Verdugo's first time seeing him. The 2-2, down and in, 3-2. Of course, May's his career's been littered with injuries and spending the entire time in the National League. Guys like Verdugo wouldn't have a big sample size against him, even if they did come across him. Payoff pitch from May, brings it. Down and in, ball 4. So Doogie gets the first base runner. We'll go ahead and play his clip.
What's going on?
Blood pressure's coming up. The pulse is getting stronger.
Get the OR ready. We've got a live one going and we want him to stay that way.
First pitch on the way to Austin Riley is 95, sinker at the knees. It's 0-1. Please share and subscribe. Thank you to everyone who has subscribed. We're creeping up towards that 40,000 number that we're aiming for at the All-Star break, the 0-1. Check swing. Riley tried to hold off there, and it was kind of an excuse me strike. It's 0-2. He pulled back, but the ball was so far inside that it hit his bat head as he was trying to stay out of the way. Did y'all see that clip from a night or so ago? And I can't remember if it was minor leagues. It wasn't in the majors. It was either minor leagues or if it was college, but it was pretty funny as the 0-2. Swing, chops it foul. Ball, it was the pitch came near the batter's head, and he just kind of ducked down to get out of the way. And his bat hit the ball, and the catcher dove out in front of the plate and caught it for out number 3 of the inning. The 0-2 misses high, 1-2. And the caption read, I think it was on ESPN's TikTok. I can't remember which one I saw it on, but it was one of them. And it said something to the effect of, when you're in a slump, you're in a slump. And it was pretty funny, as I was like, man, that would just bite. They're going to flip it over to first to keep Verdugo close by. 1-2 count to Riley. 0-0 your score in the bottom of the first. Braves trying to crack on the scoreboard first against these Dodgers. They've yet to do that. The 1-2. Swing! That ball's lifted. High and deep. Going back on the track. Zip, boom, bam, it's gone! Ram-a-lam-a ding-dong. A 2-run shot! And your Atlanta Braves take a 2-run lead, just as I say it. Speak it into existence. 426 happy feet later.
Blue, you're my boy!
108 miles an hour off the back of the rake. Let's go Braves country. That ball was blasted. Sometimes it's hard to tell on those if they're going to make it all the way, but I had little doubt that was leaving. First pitch on the way to Ozuna. Sawed off down the right field line. Sweeper knocks it into the crowd. It's 0-1. Riley had been 0 for against May just like everybody else. Ozuna, by the way, he's 4 for 6 lifetime against May, but the 2 outs were strikeouts, the 0-1. Swing, rattles it foul down the right field line, just foul. Braves lead it 2-0. We know that's not going to be enough runs against this offense, but it's a great start. Nobody out, bottom of the first. The Big Zoo digs it. Pitch on the way. Swing and a miss, strike three. Sweeper got him. That's a pretty good pitch by May. One away. That'll bring Matt Olson to the plate. We talked about it a little while ago, but he's been hitting the ball hard this year. I didn't know if it was a figment of my imagination. I figured it just felt like he's had a lot of bad luck. When you see that his highest hard hit rate is this year, that is saying something. First pitch on the way. He's a sweeper down and in. A little bit below the zone, but called for a strike. It's 0-1. Remember, just a couple of years ago, he had 54 home runs, and his hard hit rate is higher than that. The 0-1. Kicks and fires. Swing. Lifts it into center field. That'll be a lazy fly ball. Coming over, making the catch is Andy Paez. 2 down. Braves 2, Dodgers nothing. Bottom of the first. That'll bring Smurf to the plate. I'm sorry, that'll bring Ozzie to the plate. First pitch on the way is right there off the edge. For a strike, it's 0-1. I had last night's lineup in front of me. Smurf getting the night off. It's Drake Baldwin behind the plate tonight. He's much lower in the order. The 0-1. Swing. Knocks it over to second. And his counterpart will get him out with ease. A 4-3 putout will end the inning. But not for your Atlanta Braves and Austin Riley. Go Bonzo. It's 2-0. We head to break. Bryce Elder goes back to work.
Today I'm going to show you how to tie a tie with the help of my gay nephew, Peter Piscitello.
Gay? I'm not gay.
What are you talking about? Of course you are.
No, I'm not. Why would you think I was gay?
You ever hear yourself talk, Peter? You're gay.
What are you talking about? This is how I talk.
Peter, you got nothing to be ashamed about. The whole family supports you.
Excuse me, the whole family?
Here are some baseball facts you might not have known. In the early days of baseball, some hitters would choose to use a flat bat. Batters felt that utilizing a flat bat allowed them to bunt easier. But Rule 1.10a was instituted stating the bat shall be a smooth, round stick. 2021 Cardinals, Nolan Arenado, Paul Goldschmidt, Tyler O'Neill, Harrison Bader, and Tommy Edman all won a Gold Glove award. This made the 2021 Cardinals the first team in history to win 5 Gold Glove awards.
So Deshaun Watson blocked me on Twitter. Guess I must have rubbed him the wrong way.
In 1914, a band of rich businessmen, hoping to get in on the baseball action, formed their own league, the Federal League. They began offering big money to big stars, willing to sign up with their teams. They even gave the players the right to become free agents. 81 players were lured to the new league, including Three Finger Brown, Joe Tinker, and Chief Bender. Old ballparks were renovated and new ones built, including one on Chicago's north side that would one day be called Wrigley Field. But the upstart league was a direct challenge to Ban Johnson, who resented the interlopers just as National League owners had resented him when he launched the American League in 1901. Johnson denounced the competition as pirates and threatened to blacklist any players who jumped to the new league. But to stem the flood of deserting players, he and his owners also raised the salaries of remaining stars and pledged to do better even by average players in the future.
Welcome back. Atlanta Braves lead this one 2-0. First pitch on the way from Bryce Elder is a good sinker. Right there smacks the outer edge for a strike. It's 0-1. Teoscar Hernandez leads off the Dodgers here in this inning. It'll be Hernandez, Muncy, and Paez. As the 0-1 misses down and in, 1-1. 1-1. Swing, chops it over towards first. Matt Olson has it. He'll flip it over to Elder, covering the bag. Away. 4-3 in your scorecard. Bryce Elder struck out the side in the first inning. First time ever in his career. It shouldn't shock a lot of people. It's just what's shocking is that he chose Shohei Ohtani, Mookie Betts, and Freddie Freeman to do it against. He's not really known as a strikeout pitcher. First pitch on the way to Muncy is a slider down and in. Probably would have gotten the strike, but Baldwin was set up on the outside and he had to bend his glove back. Couldn't frame it. The 1-0 slider drops right there, in for a strike. 1-1. Righty-lefty matchup. Max Muncy, Paez to follow. The pitch, 93. Fouls it straight back. 1-2. Final game of a 3-game set. We'll welcome in the Cincinnati Reds tomorrow night. 7:15 first pitch, the 1-2. In the dirt, slider almost gets him in the foot. I want to give him a free pass here. So 2-2 count. Kicks and fires. Right there. Caught, looking strike 3. Just dropped a teardrop in there on the knees. 4 strikeouts for Elder. Nice pitch right there. He's really got the command on that slider so far. First pitch on the way. Paez is swung on. That's grounded over to short. Across the carpet. There goes Allen to Olson. That'll end the inning. 1-2-3. We'll head to the bottom of the second, see if we can add some numbers on that board. It's 2-0 Atlanta.
I'm currently in my era. Because when people ask me how I'm doing, I'm like...
You're not out there. You can't be, because I am out there. And if I see you out there, there's not enough voltage in this world to electroshock me back into coherence.
Hey, Braves Country, this is Mac McGee with Braves Country Radio. We are bringing you pitch by pitch, play-by-play of your Atlanta Braves all year long. Please like and subscribe today. It's free, and it helps us bring you more of the game we all love. Braves Country Radio, your home for the classic call of Braves Country Baseball.
Could somebody explain to me how NASA can get data from 4 billion miles away, but I keep losing my Wi-Fi signal in the kitchen?
The Federal League owners fought back, charging that the major leagues constituted a monopoly, and they sued organized baseball in federal court in Chicago in 1915. The presiding judge was said to be death on trusts, but he was also a baseball fan. He refused to rule quickly, and the months dragged on. Finally, Federal League owners, increasingly strapped for cash after 2 shaky seasons, gave up. The new league collapsed. So did Ban Johnson's promises of better pay. Chris Speaker's salary was cut in half. The players were as powerless as they had been before, and still the federal judge had not ruled.
Do you realize that a decision in this case may tear down the very foundations of this game? Any blows at the thing called baseball would be regarded by this court as a blow to a national institution. Judge Kennesaw Mountain Landis.
Hit up some of the questions and comments here as we wait to come back here, as these breaks are always a little longer on the national television broadcast. Hellion asking about Spencer Strider. There's been no definitive answer. I would think we're going to get more of an answer from that this week, as Dustin May goes back to work. First pitch on the way to Michael Harris II. He swung on and chopped foul back behind him. It's 0-1. He's eligible to come off the IL this weekend, but Mum has been the word so far from any of the ones in the know. The 0-1 swing. That ball is roasted up the middle, and that's going to be on for a base hit. Money Mike getting on board and get things going here in the bottom of the second inning. All right, Money Mike.
What they know about that?
God bless you, Mike. Keep your game tight.
Never know. You know what I'm saying? I got a little razzle-dazzle.
Little razzle-dazzle indeed. And the Book of Eli will come to the plate. Eli White, righty-righty. First pitch, runner goes. And that throw is high, and Money Mike is in under the tag. And we got ourselves a runner at second. Nobody out in the Book of Eli. Good jump by Mike and a high throw by Austin Barnes. He's filling in for Will Smith tonight, much like the Braves have done with their kind catcher, Drake Baldwin. So the 0-1 count, pitch on the way to White. Inside, sweeper misses just by a touch. It's 1-1. Book of Eli, batting .308 on the year, 2 home runs, 8 RBI. The 1-1 brings it. Swing! That ball sliced foul down the first baseline. Now to play. Infield is back and to the left. So Eli would like to punch the ball to the right side of the infield to move Harris over, even if he doesn't get a base hit. Pitch on the way. Sweeper down and away. Just misses. 2-2. 2-2 count. Runner at second. Nobody out. The pitch. Swing and a miss. Strike 3. Sweeper got him. 2 away. It's the same sweeper he got Marcell Ozuna to chase on. He's got 2 of them that he uses. That's the much sharper one, which is almost like a cutter, to be honest. A slider, to be honest with you, with the movement and the speed. The one he threw right before that is closer to a curveball where it kind of bends in. First pitch on the way to Drake Baldwin. He swung on and missed. Sinker. Middle of the zone. It's 0-1. The 0-1. Kicks and fires. 94, well out high. Pitch out territory. 1-1. Infield is now back into the right, so a huge hole down the left side. Baldwin has shown this year he is not afraid to punch it over there. The 1-1 to Drake. Good sweeper right there at the knees. 1-2. It appears that's the pitch that May has had the best success with tonight, the most control with. He throws a 5-pitch mix. The sweeper he throws the most, which is a little bit odd. The 1-2 just misses outside. Another sweeper. Tried to grab the edge. 2-2. He throws a sweeper, a sinker, a 4-seamer, and those come in at 40, 34, and 21% of the time, respectively. The cutter and change are just enough to keep you off balance at around 2 to 1%. Pitch on the way, swung on, lifted into left field, going back. Diving catch in the outfield by Conforto on the warning track for a loud out, number 2. Harris was going halfway in case that ball got down. He saved a run for sure. That ball was taking off, almost got over the head of Conforto. He made an outstanding leaping grab to prevent the run. Had Harris tagged, he's going to be standing on third, but at the same token, it would be with 2 outs, so all in all, it was good base running. First pitch on the way to Allen is inside, check swing foul, it's 0-1. Hindsight's always 20/20, but if he doesn't make that catch and he recovers quickly, you want to be able to score on that. The 0-1, right there, 95 at the knees, 0-2. So now with 2 strikes, Allen's got to be aware of that sweeper. He's been snapping on the edge to the right-handers when he gets ahead. He did it to Zuna. He did it to Eli. The 0-2 to Allen. Swing! That sweeper got up in the zone. Foul back. He almost made a big mistake there. Allen almost punched that towards the gap just behind him. 0-2 count. It's one of those mistakes you'd like to have back to make him pay. The 0-2 from May. Swing, just gets a piece of that. 95 miles an hour. Outer edge. 1-2. Dustin May, by the way, 35 pitches here in the second, so kind of a high number. It's not extremely high, but it's creeping up there. If we could keep this line moving. The 0-2. Swing, chops it foul. We'll do it again. Alex Verdugo stands on deck. May comes set, brings it. Swing and a miss, went to that sweeper. Sure enough, strike 3. That'll end the inning. Braves get one on, but can't get him over and across. We'll be back in a flash. Great play by Conforto. Saves a run here in Braves country.
I have to go to rehab. So what I don't think you need rehab. Kim, I blacked out and climbed into a trash bin.
Hey, Braves country, I'm Mac McGee. Join us for Pitch by Pitch, Play by Play, the classic ball of Braves country baseball. We're bringing you Atlanta Braves baseball all year long. Jump into our pregame show, Braves Country Today, just before first pitch. Stick around for the postgame show, Braves Country Tonight, where we will open up the phone lines and react to your calls or your comments all year long. That's Braves Country Radio, pitch by pitch, play by play, your home for the classic ball of Braves Country baseball.
What's your favorite section of the alphabet?
I mean, there's an obvious answer.
Yeah, excluding elemental P.
H-I-J-K.
No, bro, that's the worst one.
H-I-J-K?
H-I-J-K.
He's like, hi, just kidding.
30 years. Okay. Wow, you'll be paying this off in your mid-70s.
All right.
Hey, I've got an idea. You know that extra bedroom? If the whole girlfriend thing never happens, that's where the nurse can live.
Okay, all right.
They have work to do, and they should be sleeping or eating. But they would rather do without sleep, or without a square meal deliberately eaten, than miss a minute of a ball game, even if they go on their night turn in the mill or factory, minus the rest that should be theirs.
Baseball has been a passion of immigrants because it is a way into the United States. It's a kind of citizenship perhaps more authentic than anything which can be on a piece of paper. Sometimes it was the youngster's rebellion against his father becoming less Polish, more American by taking up baseball. But it became an enormously important part of the American identity.
Welcome back, Braves Country Baseball, here on Braves Country Radio. Sunday Night Baseball edition. Dodgers come to the plate. Kike Hernandez leads us off. He'll be followed by Conforto and Barnes. So the 7, 8, 9 batters in the order. Righty-righty matchup as Bryce Elder goes back to work. First pitch. Sinker at the knees. It's 0-1. Kike says something to home plate umpire Ryan Anderton, not approving of the call, but if he's been paying attention, he's been calling that all night. The 0-1. Bangs it foul down the third base line, 0-2. The other thing about this, if you fast forward this, if the Braves can get a lead later in the game, But that low pitch, that really plays into the hand of our closer, Iglesias. Pitch on the way, swung on, lifted high. Fairly deep into right field, but not deep enough. Eli White drifts over and makes the grab. One away. I have to agree with that 187. I hate the one it did. The on-field. I don't like any of all these dopey interviews during the game. They're distracting to the players, and they really don't bring anything. First pitch on the way is a slider at the knees. It's 0-1. And it's really getting annoying with the national broadcasts that they'll do all these interviews in between innings with the managers. Is the 0-1. Swing, lifts it back foul. It's 0-2. And it's really when these managers ought to be managing. They ought to be doing their job. I bet Snicker hates him because he breaks up his naps, but you'll see them interviewing them, and you know it's taking place in between the inning. But there are some that will drift into the actual coverage of the inning that they're going into. The 0-2. Caught, looking, strike 3. Got the slider at the knees. Man, he is making that slider and sinker, bouncing it back and forth. It has been a beautiful thing for Bryce Elder so far. 2 down. I mean, that has been a work of art so far. I know some of it has been aided by the strike zone by home plate umpire Ryan Addington, but he's making it work. First pitch on the way to the number 9 hitter, Austin Barnes. Dodger hind catcher, he takes it upstairs for a strike. It's 0-1. The 0-1 swing lifted into right field, going back on the track, and Eli White misplays it. It's going to go over his head and off the wall, and it's a 2-out double for the Dodgers. So bad defense by Eli White. He misread it off the bat, and because of that, could not get back to the spot. And that'll put a runner at second and Shohei Ohtani coming to the plate. He started to dart in when it first came off the bat and just misread it. Tried to recover, but that ball was scalded over his head. Once you go in on a ball you shouldn't, that's usually going to spell trouble. The Shohei Ohtani stands in. Struck out his first time. First pitch on the way. Sinker off the plate. It's 1-0. Won't go down as an error, but realistically it is. 1-0. Kicks and fires. Changeup misses. Ball 2-0. Elder at 35 pitches. He's pretty good on that front. If he wants to pitch around Ohtani, he can here. The 2-0. Right there for a strike. Slider slaps the black on the outer edge. 2-1. Not that you get much of an improvement with Mookie Betts standing on deck, but it would be a right-handed batter. The 2-1 sinker nowhere near the zone. Ball 3, 3-1. 3-1 count. Elder comes set, brings it. Nowhere near the zone, ball 4. They were pitching around him all the way. And Shohei Ohtani will head on down to first. That'll bring Mookie Betts to the plate. Right-handed bat, first pitch, swing, roasts it over to third, but Riley's got it. He'll fire it across the diamond, and that'll end the inning. So, good strategy there not to lay one in there to Ohtani. Elder pitches around the mess. We'll be back in a flash here on Braves Country.
I'm your Uber driver. Get in.
I didn't order an Uber.
We've got one now.
I'm good, bro.
Oh my God. Good.
Or wait. All right, guess what, guys? We made a football team. We're calling it the Buffalo Bills. Oh, that is very cool. What's our mascot going to be? Bill? Who's Bill? No, the mascot's a buffalo. But you said we're the Bills. Yeah, the logo is a buffalo. Right, and we're in Buffalo. But we're the Bills, you said. Right. Well, why don't we just be the Buffaloes? Well, then we'd be the Buffalo Buffaloes. Yeah. It's a little too much buffalo. We're the Buffalo Bills, okay? We're named after Buffalo Bill Cody. He's a legendary bison hunter. Wait, so we're naming our mascot after a guy that used to kill our mascot? Technically, yes. Maybe there's a guy that kills dolphins. That makes more sense. That's illegal. He's Bill. What if we call him Billy? You know, it's a little more kid-friendly. Okay, sure. Okay, how about full name William Buffalo, but he goes by Bill, socially. All right, we don't need a full backstory. But listen, it's cold up here. We're going to build a dome to play in, right? No. We thought it through. It should be fine.
Lager, the beer that brought the forest down.
I drive an exotic imported sports car. I eat exotic foreign food like frankfurters and pizza. But when it comes to numbing my mind, I'm a patriot. I drink the beer that brought the forest down. I'm a lager man. And with the new 80-bottle trunk pack, you've got enough for the evening. Hey, it's happy hour somewhere.
Lager brings out the patriot in you.
Companies of every kind promoted baseball for their workers. Management believed it encouraged teamwork, provided a healthy way to fill spare time that might otherwise be devoted to labor agitation, and taught immigrant workers how to be real Americans. Nearly every industry had a lead: railroads, steel, electricity, coal and iron, textiles, meatpacking, automobiles, and thousands of workers came out for factory games on the weekends.
Welcome back. Alex Verdugo will lead us off. First pitch on the way is 93 at the knees. Sinker. It's 0-1. Verdugo walked his first time up. Austin Riley hit one over the fence, and that's how we're at the 2-0 lead if you're just joining us. The 0-1. 96 misses high. 1-1. The 1-1 count. 93 at the knees. 1-2. The 1-2. Swing. That ball's hit up the middle. That's going to get through for a base hit. And Doogie is on once again. Dr. Doogie. He walks his first time up. Gets a single his second time up.
What's going on? Blood pressure's coming up. The pulse is getting stronger.
Get the OR ready. We've got a live one going and we want him to stay that way.
First pitch on the way is a sinker inside. It's 1-0. I don't know, Facebook Messenger, they did something last week somewhere in that neighborhood where they started asking all these questions to get back into the Facebook Messenger. I was like, you know what? I don't use it. It's a goofy app. So I just deleted it. Pitch on the way to Riley, who had a 2-home run his first time up. Swung on and fouled back. 1-1. 1-1 count. Swing. That ball's lifted high and deep. Going back on the track. Zip, boom, bam, it's gone. Ram-a-lam-a ding dong. A 2-run shot. Have you heard it before? We'll say it again. Deuces wild for the rake.
You're my boy, Blue! Blue, you're my boy!
$4-0 your score. Marcell Ozuna, the batter. First pitch on the way. Sinker at the knees on the outer edge. It's 0-1. Righty-righty matchup. The 0-1. May kicks and fires. Swing, chops it through the hole. That's going to get through for a base hit in the Big Zoo, the Big Bear. He's rocking and rolling 105 miles an hour off the bat of that one. That was a hard hit ball to the right side of the infield. Smoked. Four 0 your score. We got one on, nobody out, and here comes the Ice House. Wow, Austin Riley. 2 2-run shots. Him and Verdugo have done all the scoring. "46 pitches in as they have a quick powwow out there on the mound. Big Matt Olson stands in. He's 0 for 1. First pitch, 94, well outside. Sinker misses. It's 1-0. This Braves team is due for sure. They're really due against this team. The 1-0. Smacks the edge. 1-1. Still a long way to go on this one, but you love the 4-0 start. You give Bryce Elder some breathing room. And he's been pitching well so far if you're just joining us. The 1-1. High and out of the zone. Ball 2-2. 2-1 count. Ozuna over at first. Pitch on the way. Swing and a miss. Sweeper off the edge. Evens up the count at 2-2. Braves 4, Dodgers nothing. May has just thrown his 50th pitch of the night. Here's the 2-2, outside wide. Ball 3, 3-2. A full count. May comes set, brings it. Swing! That ball's ripped over to second. It's going to be a line drive out. That ball was absolutely smoked. And a good backhanded grab by Kike Hernandez. 113 miles an hour off the bat. L4 in your hand, in your scorecard, 1 away. We were talking about this earlier, how he has been hitting the ball harder than any time in his career, and it's just incredible bad luck. Eventually that's going to start coming through. First pitch on the way to Ozzie Albies. Off the plate outside wide. 1-0. Righty-lefty matchup. I guess there was some kind of confusion on whether he caught the ball or not. The ball definitely did not hit the ground. 1-0 to Ozzie. Brings it. 94 misses outside wide, 2-0. Ozzie Albies grounded out to second his first time up. Braves lead it 4-0. The 2-0 count. Brings it. Ball 3, 3-0. Sinker. Standing on deck is Michael Harris II. You've got Decimay on the ropes here. You'd love to see them really keep the line moving here, build on this lead. The 3-0, outside wide, ball 4. So he'll head on down to first. They're out there to talk to Dustin May. This time the pitching coach is out there. Mark Pryor, the former Chicago Cub right-hander. Early 2000s, you remember him with Kerry Wood. Man, what a career he could have had if he could have just stayed healthy. And when those two first came up, Cubs thought they had the second coming of basically Maddox and Glavine. There's some stirring starting in the Dodger bullpen, but no one's quite throwing yet. Michael Harris II stands in. First pitch on the way. Down and in. It's 1-0. Harris singled his first time up to raise his batting average to 226. Eli White is on deck. The 1-0. Swing, chops it off the knee of Dustin May. Harris is going to beat the play. It's going to be, so it goes off the knee of May, off the glove of Kike Hernandez. Somehow Mookie Betts corrals the ball and fires it down to first, so they get the force out, but we'll have runners on the corners with two away. He was having a hard time getting it out of his glove, and Kike Hernandez is living right because he bobbled the hell out of that ball, and it somehow ends up in the glove of Mookie. Mookie was just a touch behind to be able to get the double play off. It's a pretty miraculous play by Mookie, to be honest with you. First pitch on the way, 94 inside. Did he go around? They checked down the line. He did not. It's 1-0. Pretty fortuitous bounce when it's all said and done. 1-0. Eli White, your batter. Dustin May comes set, turns around, flips it over to first to keep the runner close by. Braves lead it 4-0. Run number 5 is 90 feet away. Number 6 is standing at first. The 1-0. Swing. Rifles it foul and out of play. It's 1-1. 1-1 count. Tell you what, Ozzie Albies lucky he didn't get a face full of baseball on that play. When he was out at second and Mookie was throwing it to first, that ball almost got him in the face because he really didn't do much of a job to get out of the way. Sweeper is inside, misses 2-1. 2-1 count. Eli digs in. Here's the pitch. Swing. Fouls it back. On the play, Michael was moving towards second. Deuce is wild here in the bottom of the third. 2 across. 2 on, 2 out. A 2-2 count. Ozuna at third, Harris at first. So anything that gets down in the gap should score Michael, as he'll be running on contact. The 2-2. Swing, lifts it away. Tried to go to that sweeper again. That's what struck him out the first time. And Harris once again was on the move. He's anticipating the sweeper. Two count. May come set. The pitch. Down below the knees, called for a strike, and that'll end the inning. Probably a ball, but he's been calling that all night long on both sides. Not before your Atlanta Braves put 2 more on the board. It's 4-0. We need a shutdown inning when we return, Braves country.
I swear, some of y'all need to stop thinking that.
Do I understand that there are consequences to my actions? Yes. But am I still going to act absolutely flabbergasted when there are consequences to my actions? Yes.
Friendly reminder that you are not a hot mess. You're a spicy disaster.
So I got jury duty. I'm not going. That sounds stupid.
So you're telling me there's a guy who did a crime and you need me to show up so you can convince me whether or not he did it? I didn't go to law school. I'm just confused because, like, why isn't it a job? Why don't you just hire jury people full time? And why can't you just get, like, an associate's degree in jury tutoring? Why do we have to grab randos off the street? Why do I have to convince a Lifetime Fitness front desk employee, an Arby's shift lead, and a librarian that I'm not guilty for murder?
I don't care if you don't like me. The voices in my head do, and we party pretty hard.
This portion of the show is being brought to you by Ed's Almost Good Beer. Remember, Ed's Almost Good Beer was brewed in God's country when God wasn't looking.
Y'all, can somebody explain to me why we buy brand new clothes to go out of town and them people ain't even seen our old clothes?
Women workers demanded to play too, and soon the Goodyear girls, the Westinghouse maids, and the Miller Rubber maids took the field. At Progressive Sing Sing Prison on the Hudson River, convicts played and beat visiting teams made up of electrical workers, insurance salesmen, and stock exchange clerks. I want to go back to Sing Sing, one ex-con remembered. Down here, I'm just a bum, but up there, I was on the ball team.
Braves Country Radio, pull up a chair. Your home for the classic call of Braves Country Baseball. Welcome back. Freddie Freeman's going to lead us off here in the top of the fourth inning. Atlanta leads it 4-0. Bryce Elder back to work. First pitch, 92 up top. About letter high for a strike. Freddie Freeman. It's 0-1. The 0-1. 92 misses. Just out of the zone. 1-1. 1-1 count. Swing. Chops it over to first. Olsen has it. He'll toss it underhanded to Bryce Elder, who's covering the bag, and it's a 3-1 put out on the way. Stargazer says the pizza is in the oven. 18 minutes it'll be ready. Someone set an alarm because it's really easy for to forget those things. One down, especially when a ball game's on. One down, first pitch on the way to Teoscar Hernandez. Is a slider floated in there for a strike, 0-1. Hernandez 0 for 1. He grounded out to first his first time up. The 0-1. In the dirt, sinker misses, 92 miles an hour. 1-1. 1-1 count. We'll hit the out-of-town scoreboard here in a second as we get you caught up on the events of the day. The 1-1 swing. That ball's ripped through the infield. It's going to be a hard-hit single by Teoscar Hernandez. 100 miles an hour off the bat of Hernandez. And the Dodgers have one on with one out. Earlier today, in the first part of a doubleheader, the Cardinals beat the Mets 6-5. The second part of the doubleheader is tied at 4 in the fifth inning. First pitch to Max Muncy is high and out of the zone. It's 1-0. Other games from earlier today, these are all finals. Royals 11-6 over the Orioles. 1-0. Slider down and in. 2-0. Twins outlast the Red Sox 5-4. Padres blank the Pirates 4-0. Rays over the Yankees 7-5. The 2-0. Sinker right there on the outer edge, down at the knees. 2-1. Guardians 5, Blue Jays 4. Oakland takes out the Marlins 3-2. Diamondbacks outlast the Phillies 11-9 in extra innings. That game was a seesaw affair, the 2-1. Swing fouls it away.
That game, I caught the last part of it when I was getting ready for this game. The Diamondbacks had jumped out to a 7-1 lead. Phillies came roaring back to tie it at 8 in the bottom of the 9th. It's a 2-2, down and in 3-2. And you kind of looked like that Arizona was falling apart, and then the next thing you know, they get out of that inning, barely. Shelby Miller was coming unraveled, and then the Diamondbacks put up 3 and hold on to a 2-run win in extras against Philadelphia. Brewers blanked the Cubs 4-0 today. The payoff pitch to Muncy. Swing rips it into right field. That's down for a base hit, and that is trouble. Ball's rattling around. Here comes Hernandez. Here comes the throw. And they will hold up, and it's an RBI double for the Dodgers. Muncy does the weird little sachet that they do standing at second base. The Dodgers have cut it to a 3-run lead. So you knew Elder wouldn't go the whole game without giving up some runs to this Dodger lineup. Got to try to buckle down here and keep it to just the 1 run. First pitch on the way, 93 below the knees. Called for a ball. Andy Paez, it's 1-0. White Sox beat the Astros. The 1-0 is called for a strike just below the knees, sinker, 1-1. Rangers 8-1 over the Mariners. Giants beat the Rockies 9-3. The 1-1 slider misses, 2-1. Tigers pound the Angels 13-1, and the Nationals take out the Reds 4-1. Pitch on the way, sinker, banged down the first base line, just foul, 2-2. Two count. Sinker misses well outside. Ball 3-2. Standing on deck is Kike Hernandez. Conforto in the hole. Elder about to throw his 57th pitch here. Swung on, chopped over towards third. Riley has it, and he'll flip it to first. It's a 5-3 putout, 2 down. 101 mile an hour rocket off the bat, but right at Riley. Two down, and Kike Hernandez, who flew out to right his first time up, stands in at the plate. Runner at second, the pitch on the way, 93. Just misses outside. It's 1-0. Kike with 5 home runs on the year, the 1-0. Swung on and lifted. High into left field. Coming in is Verdugo. He calls off Allen and makes the catch, and that'll end the inning. Not for the Dodgers, cut into the lead. It's 4-1 off the RBI double by Max Muncy. We return in a flash. Braves grab the bats.
Hey, to all my parents out there, I just want y'all to know y'all not crazy. Them kids be throwing your forks and spoons away.
If you thought the homeless were running San Francisco now, did you know one of once Emperor of America? Meet America's Emperor. Norton was a Jewish fellow from England who arrived in San Francisco as a businessman. He did well for himself until 1852 when he made a bold move to try and corner the market on rice during trade bans, which blew up in his face. It broke him financially and mentally, so he'd write a manifesto. At the end of it, he declared himself Emperor of the United States. As a joke, a San Francisco newspaper ran the manifesto, and there you have it. America has a self-proclaimed emperor, his name is Norton, and he lives in a boarding house. Less than a month into his reign, he actually put out a proclamation where he abolished Congress on behalf of the American people. After that, he abolished the two-party system and ordered General Winfield Scott to use suitable force to clear the halls of Congress. Norton wore a blue uniform of a Union general with gold epaulets and a rusty battle saber, and never paid take the ferry as part of his executive privilege. Soon he began printing his own currency with his face on it, and on the 1870 census, Norton listed his occupation as emperor. The emperor also wrote letters to Queen Victoria of England, explaining to her why a marriage to him would help strengthen the relationship between England and America. There you have it, Norton, Emperor of America.
Here he comes again.
Hey, my nephew you've been talking about, he's 3 for 3
Is that right?
That's right.
You know what that sounds like?
What?
ThingsThatDidn'tHappen.com.
Really?
Yep. You know, baseball's not for everyone, man. You know, sign him up for karate or something. All I see is swinging at air.
This portion of the show is being brought to you by our mystery sponsor, a product that is so good that they're paying us to keep anyone from associating it with this program.
George Stallings was the manager of the Miracle Braves of 1914, who went from last place on July 4th to winning the pennant and eventually the World Series against the highly favored Athletics. But when he was dying, so the story goes, one of the would-be, soon-to-be mourners said, "George, what's killing you?" Stallings replied, "Bases on balls."
Welcome back. As we start the bottom of the 4th inning here, Drake Baldwin will be the batter. There's John. Good to see you, John. Austin Riley's done all the work tonight. 2 2-run home runs if you're just joining us. First pitch on the way to the Drake is high and out of the zone. It's 1-0. Dustin May, the 66th of the night, down and in, ball 2-0. So they're trying to get him through probably 4 or 5 innings here. But the Dodgers bullpen should be fairly rested. Two-0 count. Dustin May kicks and brings it. Swing and a miss. Sinker. Two-1 to Baldwin. Batting .245 on the year with 2 home runs. 6 RBI. Trying to get something going here in the bottom of the 4th. The 2-1 to Drake. Inside, ball 3-1. You got to be impressed with the young man, the patience he has in the plate, and especially because he does not get to see the field very often as the backup for Smurf. The 3-1. Swing, hits it towards the middle, backhanded by Hernandez. He'll flip it over to first. Good backhanded play by Kike. It's a 4-3 put out, 1 away. It's got to be a tough thing to try to develop a young player like Baldwin when he's only getting about 2 starts a week. I'd say they'll need him more than usual in this next stretch because Braves don't have another scheduled off day till May 19th. It's the first pitch right there to Nick Allen is at the knees for a strike. It's 0-1. The 0-1 brings it. Swing, rattles it foul. 0-2. Alex Verdugo stands on deck. Allen struck out his first time up with the runner aboard in scoring position. The 0-2. Another check swing foul down the line. May is up to 72 pitches now. Nick Allen batting .275. The 0-2 count. Swing, fists it back foul. For all you bettors out there, they're showing an ESPN bet for Riley to hit a 3rd home run is +600. No is -1400. I don't feel like that's a big enough return. You know how incredibly hard it is to hit 3 home runs? I don't care if you do have 2 already in the books. The 0-2 count. Swing, chops it over towards short. Mookie's got it, flips it over to first. A 6-3 easy put out. 2 down. That'll bring Alex Verdugo to the plate. He's 1 for 1 with the walk, so he's reached both times. And each time he's reached, Riley has planted it over the fence. We'll take another one of those. A little Verdugo, get on board any way you can, and a Riley home run. First pitch, 94. Oh, that is off the plate. Verdugo looks back and says, "What are you, nuts?" It's 0-1. Verdugo batting .315 on the year. The 0-1 swing, lifts it into left. That'll be an easy F7 in your scorecard to end the inning. Braves go down in order. We'll be back in a flash. Bottom of the order, and Shohei Ohtani due up when we return.
I've been feeling kind of down today, so I'm just going to go to the gas station, let the crackheads tell me I look like Beyonce. You may not see it, but them see it, especially for $2.
Hey, Braves Country, I'm Mac McGee. Join us for Pitch by Pitch, Play by Play, the classic ball of Braves Country baseball. We're bringing you Atlanta Braves baseball all year long. Jump into our pregame show, Braves Country Today, just before first pitch. Stick around for the postgame show, Braves Country Tonight, where we will open up the phone lines and react to your calls or your comments all year long. That's Braves Country Radio, pitch by pitch, play by play, your home for the classic call of Braves Country baseball.
He never complained, never alibied. He was never known to criticize a teammate or call an opposing ball player lucky. He accepted his great success modestly and the many vicissitudes of his life in silence. He was easy to like and hard to know. New York World Telegram.
If Walter Johnson and Christy Mathewson had a challenger for the title of best pitcher in baseball, it was a troubled young right-hander named Grover Cleveland Alexander, a Nebraska farm boy, the son and grandson of alcoholics, and one of 13 children. He had honed his startling accuracy by hurling rocks to kill birds to help feed his family. He was a minor league star at 22 when a shortstop's throw to first hit him squarely between the eyes. He was unconscious for 2 days, then stricken with double vision. He kept throwing anyway, and after months of relentless work, his vision suddenly and mysteriously cleared, though he remained subject to epileptic seizures for the rest of his life.
Bryce Elder takes us back into the 5th inning. The first pitch, swing and a miss strike to Michael Conforto, who's 0 for 1 on the day. It's 0-1. The 0-1, 93. Misses high. 4-seam fastball. Conforto, who is 1 for 1 on the day. 0 for 1 on the day, excuse me. The strikeout. 1-1 count. Right there, up top, 1-2. So all 3 pitches have been high by Elder. Let's see if he's setting him up. The 1-2. Caught, looking, strike 3. 93 on the inner cut. Got him! His 6th strikeout of the night. Wow. Elder. Been very impressive. First pitch on the way to the right-handed bat, Lawson Barnes, who's 1 for 1 with a double. It's 0-1. 0-1. Sinker inside. 1-1. Very big batter here because you got Ohtani on deck and 1 out. You like to see a clear base paths. And he comes to plate. The 1-1 swing, fouls it back. 1-2. I don't know about y'all, but I do not trust a 4 runs going to be enough to beat this Dodger team. We need a shutdown inning and go get some more in the 5th. We'll have the heart of the order due up for the Braves. Riley leading us off. 1-2. Swing, slices it foul down the first base line. Off the tarps. Ohtani, who's 0 for 1 with the walk, stands on deck. The 1-2 from Elder. 93 misses high. 2-2. 2-2 count. Swing rips it into left field. Coming in, making the diving catch is Alex Verdugo. Dr. Doogie had to dive forward to make that catch. Good play. 2 down. He comes up with a big smile on his face. You know, we don't do that enough for defensive plays, but we're going to go ahead and do that for Doogie.
What's going on?
Blood pressure's coming up. The pulse is getting stronger.
First pitch to Ohtani's chopped backwards off the plate. It's 0-1.
Get the OR ready. We've got a live one going and we want him to stay that way.
Ohtani swing and a miss. Slider 86 miles an hour. It's 0-2. We'll reset when we go to break. The video has fallen behind in the last half inning or so. The 0-2 pitch in the dirt. Braves 4, Dodgers 1. The 1-2. Swing. Blasts it. High and deep. Back on the track. Making the catch at the wall is Michael Harris. He looks to the skies and the heavens and says, "Thank you, that did not leave." We'll be back in a flash here on Braves Country. Riley leads us off when we return.
Nowadays, y'all have Miley Cyrus telling you to buy your own flowers. I support that. That's great. But I had Carrie Underwood telling me to slash his tires and key his car. Catch a charge, that's okay. That's okay, but he learned his lesson. He can have that girl with her fruity little drink.
Today we're going to talk about the career of Mickey Mantle. In almost 2 decades, he compiled a lifetime OPS plus of 172. This puts him 7th best all time. He won the league home run title 4 times and the league slugging title 4 times. He hit 300 or better in 10 seasons. He was a 20-time All-Star, had 3 MVPs, won 1 batting title, 1 Triple Crown, and also won a Gold Glove. He played in 12 World Series during a 14-year stretch. Mantle would help the Yankees win 7 titles in his career. He is the only switch hitter to hit 50 home runs, and he did it twice. The 1951 World Series, Mantle would trip over an exposed drainage pipe while attempting to catch a fly ball. In 1969, it was determined that Mantle had played all of those years with a torn ACL in his knee without having it repaired. Mantle finished his career with a .298 batting average, 536 home runs, 1,509 RBIs, and had 2,415 hits.
Alexander stormed into the majors in 1911, striking out 227 men for the Philadelphia Phillies in his very first season. He would win 30 or more games 3 seasons in a row. He pitched 4 one-hitters in 1915 and 90 shutouts during his long career. He was utterly businesslike on the mound, throwing an arsenal of pitches with pinpoint accuracy. Game after game, he'd pitch in an hour and a half, a teammate recalled. No fussing around, no stalling, no wasted motion. Even the men he struck out so consistently liked him. Between games, he was modest, good-humored and kept mostly to himself. But then he began to drink.
Taking another look at that, what happened with Harris was he lost the ball in the lights at the last second and then somehow found them again. I thought he was looking up because he was saying, thank you for not letting it leave the yard, but he had lost him just temporarily in the lights as the sun starts to set behind the lights here in Truist Park. First pitch on the way from Dustin May to Austin Riley. Misses for a ball. It's 1-0. He's 2 for 2 with 2 home runs. 1-0. Swing. Pops it up. High in the sky. Making the fair catch. Out is Hernandez. 1 away. So that'll end his bid to have 3 home runs against May. Seriously doubt he would see Dustin May again. But he'll get at least one more at bat, so we'll see if he can possibly do it his next go around, depending on who he's got up against him. Marcell Ozuna, the batter. First pitch. Inside, gets him in the arm. Up and in, and Marcell Ozuna will head on down to first. No way that had any intent there. Just pitch got away from May. He got him right in the protective arm gear, so Ozuna appears to be okay. First pitch to Matt Olson is high and out of the zone. It's 1-0. Not sure what Freddie said to Marcell, but they had a good chuckle over there at first. 1-0. May looks in to Barnes, brings it down below the knees. 2-0. Matt Olson flew out to center his first time up. His second time up, scorched one to second base for a line out. The 2-0. Outside wide 3-0. So Olson will be sitting on dead red. If he gets something he can handle, he's going to be aiming for that chop house, but anything else he'll probably spit on and take a strike. The 3-0 count. May outside wide, just smacks the outer edge for a wide strike number 1. The 3-1 to Olson. Swing and a miss. 95 outer edge. Full count. It is remarkable that Matt Olson sits in the top 8 of consecutive games played since divisional era baseball began. The payoff pitch. Caught that grabs the edge for a caught looking strike 3. That was a good slick bender there by Dustin May, his 5th strikeout of the night. Sharp sweeper that just, it looked like it was heading off the plate in the last minute. Took a turn towards the plate and smacked the black. Ozzie Albies the batter. First pitch on the way, swinging. And he'll be an easy 4-3 put out. That'll end the inning. Ozzie Albies. Batting average down to 244 now. We'll be back in a flash. The Braves lead 4-1 heading to the 6th.
The guy looked at me and he said B12. And I turned around and looked to see if he was even talking to me, and I just went, huh? And he was like, oh, my bad. I thought you was a vending machine because you a snack. And I was like, bro, your card has been declined. And he was like, see, that's the thing about vending machines. Sometimes you have to bang them a few times and get your money's worth.
That reminds me, I had a dream about your sister yesterday. My sister? Yeah. What do you mean dream? What kind of dream?
A sex dream.
Oh, that's my sister we're talking about.
You're having sex with my sister in reality.
But that's my wife. I got a contract with the priest. You're having premarital sex dreams.
I did want to touch upon a couple things, but one major thing, Kate, you were MIA all day yesterday. You were offline. I didn't see you in any of the meetings I needed you in. Where were you?
It was Monday.
Yeah, it was Monday, which is a work day.
No, it's winter. So like summer Fridays, we get winter Mondays.
Right, you guys, you know what? Clearly the team building exercises is not working, and I am up to my wits' end.
Future Hall of Famer Albert Pujols pitched in a game for the first time in his career. His pitching debut came in his 2,988th career game, which breaks the old record by over 500 games. Adam Wainwright and Yadier Molina, together they broke the record for most wins by a battery in MLB history with 203 wins together.
The greatest competitions, I think, in sports is the pitcher and the hitter. Now, I'm going to hit this ball. See, right now, I'm going to be better than you. And this pitcher's saying the same thing. I'm going to be better than you at this particular moment. This is in a pressure situation. So, and you are competing, and it's nobody can help you. Nobody can block for you in this. You got to do it on your own.
Welcome back. They had the freeze race again. And looking at this, he might catch him. He's definitely doesn't. Nah, he's not going to catch him. He does not have the speed that the last freeze had. So every time I see this guy race now, he gets just absolutely burned. First pitch on the way is a sinker up top to Mookie Betts. It's on one. They might have to start giving the contestants a smaller lead. The 0-1, 92 misses high. 1-1. The old freeze, man, that guy was hard to beat. You'd see it every once in a while, but it was very rare. The slider from the 1-1 smacks the outer edge for a strike. It's 1-2. Yes, Kal-El. The 1-2. Down and away. 2-2. He's extremely skinny. You'd think he'd be fast. The 2-2. 92. Misses high. Full count. So a full count to Betts. In the dirt, ball 4. He'll head down to first. And it's a leadoff walk by the Dodgers, which means Freddie Freeman's coming to the plate. Braves lead by only 3. So you got to be careful here with Freddie and then Teoscar Hernandez. Indiana knocked off Cleveland tonight in the NBA playoffs for game 1 of that series. First pitch on the way to Freddie Freeman is a 92-mile-an-hour fastball, high and out of the zone. It's 1-0. Freeman 0 for 2 on the night. Struck out his first time up. The 1-0. Fouls it down the line. Out of play. 1-1. Freddie grounded out to first his second time up. Looks like Pierce Johnson's warming up in the bullpen of the Braves. He'll be called upon if there's any danger here in the 6th. 1-1 count. 4-seam fastball, nowhere near the zone. 2-1. He's been pitching well, so you get it, but it might be a little greedy to think he's going to go through this Dodger lineup a third time unscathed. The 2-1 pitch. Swing and a miss. 2-2. You'd love to see Bryce Elder get a quality start here and get the win, but you got to preserve this win at all costs with the Braves. You don't want the bullpen coming in with ducks all over the pond. Infield is back and to the right, playing Freddie to pull. The 2-2. Swing. Pops it back foul. 2-2 count. They're going to flip it over to first to keep Mookie close by. He's well under the throw. The 2-2. Swing. Lifts that high and deep and out of play. Two count. Runner at first, nobody out. Here's the pitch. Swing. That ball's hammered through the middle. That'll be through for a base hit. And the Dodgers have the first two runners aboard. They'll have runners on the corners. Nobody out. And the third time through the lineup for Elder proving to be deadly. Snooker will finally come out and get him. Is it too little too late? We'll be back in a flash to find out here on Braves Country.
How'd you like to go out for dinner on Friday? Just you and me.
Why?
Because you're my wife.
I was your wife last Friday and we didn't go to dinner.
Mary, I'm asking you on a date.
Okay.
Is that a yes?
Sure.
All right, then.
If you did something stupid, I'm going to find out.
A minor league prospect got cut from the Yankees for a very weird reason. Jake Sanford was recently released from the Yankees system for allegedly stealing his teammates' equipment and selling it online. He's also alleged to have promised fans autographed items and never delivering. Sanford was picked in the third round of the 2019 draft by the Yankees as an outfielder. He was given a $600,000 signing bonus, making the alleged theft even more weird. According to anonymous teammates, Sanford would repeatedly hound them for their equipment or would just take it from their locker. A rumor for this behavior is that Sanford may have had gambling debts.
I'm glad I played in the 80s because it was more that you could feel and hold and grab, and sometimes it'd be low in scoring games, but sometimes you score 130 points, so you didn't know going in what kind of game it was going to be.
One thing I've learned about being on a job site, if you're the one that walks around the fastest, they'll think you're the most productive.
Hitting alone will not win ball games. I want speed on my team, and I also want every man on the squad to know how to slide. I intend to have my players taught how to run. I don't say we will win any pennants, but I do think that my systematic training will be laying the foundation of a pennant winner. If this is theory, it is blamed good practical theory.
Branch Rickey, he was Leonardo in baseball. He did everything. He was artist and scientist and genius of a million kinds. He invented the farm systems. He devised ways of playing the game and of training players that had never before been considered.
Pierce Johnson is on to pitch. He inherits a mess. Runners on the corners and nobody out, clinging to a 3-run lead. Teoscar Hernandez, representing the tying run, stands in. Johnson lifts that red glove and goes to work. First pitch, fastball, swung on and fouled back out of play. It's 0-1. The 0-1. Whoa, hey, high inside. Curveball almost gets him. Evens up the count 1-1. One count. PJ brings it, swing, pops it up, high in the sky. Looks like it's going to be a can of corn just past the infield. So a big out number 1 here for Pierce Johnson. Got him to pop up underneath that bender. F6 in your scorecard, 1 down. Runners will stay put. Now a double play could get you out of the jam, but you do have Max Muncy. He's put a couple of charges into a couple of pitches already this series. First pitch to Muncy is a curveball. Up and high and out of the zone. It's 1-0. Muncy runs fairly okay for a third baseman, but he is a double play candidate. 1-0. Curveball in the dirt, 2-0. 2-0 count. Braves lead 4-1, tying run standing at the plate. The 2-0 to Max. Nice. Bending curveball just under the hands, 2-1. Infield is back and to the right. Two-one count. Fastball. 94 smacks the black inner edge, 2-2. Dana was asking about Spencer Strider. Once again, they have not said he's eligible to come off the IL, but they've been keeping it pretty under wraps. Could be as early as this week. The 2-2. Curveball kicks away. Freddie Freeman will go up the first baseline, head to second. And that'll take the double play possibility out of the mix. So now you got a full count to Muncy. A single will cut to this a one-run game. You almost wonder if they may pitch around him here to face the right-handed bat of Paez. Not that he's an easy out himself, but he would put the double play back in order. The payoff pitch. Swing, rips it over to second. That's going to score a run. But Ozzie will flip it over to first, and it's a 4-3 putout. 2 down. The ball was hit hard. Not sure if Ozzie caught the ball or the ball caught him. He stuck his glove up, and the momentum took him towards right field. Good play by the Wiz over there. He had to double check when he looked at his glove to make sure that sucker didn't pop out of his glove. Freddie goes over to the third. So that wild pitch cost you the double play, because that would have been an easy double play for sure if Freddie's standing on first. First pitch to Paez is off the plate for a ball. It's 1-0. Braves now lead just by 2. The 1-0. PJ brings it. Nice curveball in the inner track. 2-1. Two-one count. Infield is back and to the left. PJ. Fastball misses high and out of the zone. 94-mile-an-hour fastball. 2-1. Kike Hernandez is on deck. The 2-1 from Johnson. Fastball, 96, outer edge. Top shelf strike, 2-2. I would think that we're going to get some kind of indication on when we see Spencer Strider in the next couple of days. The biggest question mark is going to be, does he need a rehab assignment, a rehab start to get back into the groove? The 2-2. Swing and a miss, strike 3. Great job by Pierce Johnson. Hey, if we wouldn't have grabbed Eldred with first sign of trouble, we'd probably keep him off the board. We lead it 4-2. We head to the bottom of the 6th here in Braves country.
Hey, besties. I'm going on a little trip to Rock Bottom. Does anybody want anything?
Why are you crying?
I was on your computer and I found a file that says My Documents.
Oh my god.
And I don't understand why it doesn't say Our Documents.
Are you serious? Get out of here.
Why is it not us?
Oh.
She left me. She left me, Dad.
I'm sorry.
After all we've been through.
I don't know what...
I trusted her.
I know, buddy.
And she left me.
I know, but...
This hurts so bad.
I know.
And it's like she doesn't even care.
Listen, Amy is only...
Amy?
Yeah, Amy. Who are you talking about?
My Uber driver. This heifer left talking about I'm taking too long. I said, bitch, I'm on my...
You know, I just want it to be said that you can go your whole life without doing drugs, drinking, gambling, swearing, just live the best life you could, and then wind up in hell for judging those that did.
Branch Rickey graduated from Ohio Wesleyan University, struggled as a catcher for a few years in the major leagues, got a law degree but failed to drum up any clients, gratefully returned to baseball, working for the St. Louis Browns, one of the poorest teams in the majors. He moved up quickly within the organization, scout, club secretary, and in 1913, manager. Rickey was a genius at making do with less. He approached his job scientifically, introducing unusual calisthenics, batting cages, and sliding pits.
No ball player can learn to steal bases by practicing sliding into sand pits. I wouldn't ask a veteran to slide into a pit. I don't think much of this theory stuff. Miller Huggins.
You're listening to Braves Country Radio, your home for the classic call of Braves Country Baseball. Welcome back to Braves Country Baseball. Michael Harris II leads us off. He takes the first pitch outside for a ball. It's 1-0. The 1-0. Down and in. Ball 2, 2-0. A little surprised to see Dustin May back out there, but with the record they have and already taken 2 or 3 in this series, they're going to see what they can get out of him here. The 2-0 bangs it on the ground. 2-1. He's sitting at 89 pitches now, Dustin May is, giving up 4 earned runs. All 4 due to two two-run home runs by Austin Riley. The 2-1 swing, rips it over to second. Kike's got it, back hands it, flips it over to Freddie, and it's a 4-3 putout. 1 down. Good hard hit ball is a worm burner on the ground. The Evo on that was 112 miles an hour. Just hit it right into the teeth of the defense. Eli White, your batter. First pitch, inside, 94, misses. It's 1-0. 1-0. May out of the stretch, kicks and fires. Swing, rifles it down the first baseline, foul towards the dugout. 1-1. One count. May comes set. Sinker on the outer edge. Misses. Wide and down to the plate. 2-1. The 2-1 from Dustin May. Long leg kick. Swing, fouls that away, 95 miles an hour. So a 2-2 count. Braves 4, Dodgers 2, bottom of the 6th. The 2-2. Swing. Rolls it down the third base line. Just foul. That thing stays fair. He's going to be standing on first with Eli's speed. 4 runs, 5 hits, no errors for the Braves. 2 runs, 4 hits, no errors for the Dodgers. Braves got 2 in the first, 2 in the third, and then have been silent ever since, while the Dodgers have scratched and clawed a couple of runs out, 1 in the fourth, 1 in the sixth. The 2-2 to Eli, outside wide, full count. I'd like to see them answer back and get a run back here in the sixth. That lineup of the Dodgers is about to flip over again. The payoff pitch, swing and a miss, strike 3. Sinker down and in, under his hands. Probably a touch out of the zone, but at the same token, the way home plate umpire Ryan Addison's been calling it all night, he's probably going to get rung up if he takes it. So 2 down, and that'll be it for Dustin May. They're going to go to the pen as Drake Baldwin to be due up. We'll get a lefty out of the bullpen when we return to face the Drake. On this date, 1954, the Philadelphia Phillies and St. Louis Cardinals set a major league record by using 42 players in one contest, including future Hall of Famer Richie Ashburn, Robin Roberts, and Stan Musial. Philadelphia wins the 11-inning contest at Busch Stadium 14-10, collecting 3 singles, a double, and 2 bases on ball in the final frame. On this date, 1963, the first reported use of the familiar phrase, "Let's go Mets," is heard at the Polo Grounds in the bottom of the 9th during a rout by San Francisco. Trailing by 13 runs and down to their last out with the bases empty, the rallying cry begins to be chanted by some of the New Breed fans, an affectionate name given to the National League expansion team fan base. And on this date in 1968, the Simon and Garfunkel tune, Mrs. Robinson, debuts on Billboard's Top 40 survey. The song's lyrics include a memorable question for the Yankees' former center fielder, "Where have you gone, Joe DiMaggio? A nation turns its lonely eyes to you." And that's your Braves Country Radio on this date in baseball history. Find us on YouTube and Facebook today. Welcome back. First pitch to Baldwin. He's banged high and deep down the line. Just foul. It's 0-1. Lefty-lefty matchup. The 0-1 swung on. That ball is going to be a worm burner. It's going to get through the infield. And the Drake is on with the base hit with 2 away. Good piece of hitting by the Drake.
You don't like the Drake?
I love the Drake.
How could you not like the Drake?
Rules the Drake.
The Drake is good.
Hard hit ball. Hernandez, Kike type, almost stole another one, but it just got underneath his glove. First pitch on the way to Nick Allen is a 4-seam fastball high and out of the zone. It's 1-0. 1-0 from Dreyer. Bender down and in. Ball 2-0. 2-0 count. Kicks and fires. Swing. Chops the slider down underneath his hands. Down the third base side. 2-1 to Nick Allen. Standing on deck is Verdugo, the left-hander. So you do wonder how much he'll give to Nick Allen. With Allen's lack of power, he'll probably be pretty aggressive. The 2-1. Slider up top. Swing. Foul it straight back. The 2-2 count. Curveball just misses outside. Tried to get him to reach for that one. Full count. Runner will be on the move with 2 outs. Here's the pitch. Swing. Blast it high and deep. Is it going to be deep enough? It's going to just bend foul into the stands. Just before the 335 mark out there. If it stays straight, it's probably still going to be a touch short. It might have had the distance if it stays completely straight, but after that bend, kind of knocked it off its course. So a full count. Allen back into the box. Runner at first. He goes. The pitch. Swing and a miss, strike 3. Got him with the 93-mile-an-hour fastball. Allen slams his bat on the ground. Doesn't do you any good. That'll end the inning. Braves lead a runner on. They lead by 2. We'll be back in a flash here on Braves Country.
Oh my God, a promotion? I never thought I'd see the day.
What are you talking about?
Oh, is that not why I'm here?
Not even rude.
To give me a raise? No, God, your PTO was denied. Okay? Oh, okay. I should have known. Well, it wasn't a request anyways.
What?
Oh, I wasn't asking for permission. What am I, 12?
Well, you can't take it during that time because...
You know what PTO stands for?
Yeah, paid time.
Prepare the others. Okay, I give you a heads up. You're welcome.
That's not how it works.
I will not be here.
Veronica, we're not done here.
Good chat. Thank you. Bye. Bye.
Hello?
Hi, is Mark there?
Yeah?
It's me, Shannon. We met at Jack's party.
Yeah! How can I forget? Wow, how you doing? I haven't heard from you in,
9 months.
Armchair.
Brian, we can't hear you.
You're on mute.
Sorry, I'm a little perplexed because I thought this was our virtual happy hour, so I don't know what... Right?
No, this is our morning check-in. This is not a virtual happy hour.
Okay, well, I already opened it, so I don't know what you want me to do with it now, but...
We can both see and hear you. So, Amanda, I think we need to get HR on the phone.
Yep, I totally agree. Kate, you can actually hop off this call if you want.
I'm drinking that.
Ricky barred profanity and poker playing and liquor. Offered evening lectures on baseball theory called Skull Sessions. Keeping a promise to his mother, managed just 6 days a week, leaving an assistant to take over for him on Sundays. In 1919, the Browns' crosstown rivals, the hapless St. Louis Cardinals, offered him a still bigger job as general manager at double the salary. He would spend the next 23 years with the Cardinals, and in the process, profoundly change the game of baseball.
Atlanta Braves lead this one 4-2 as we head to the top of 7. Pierce Johnson, the pitcher, throws the first pitch, curveball, up and in. They call it a ball. Looked like it hit the edge. It's 1-0. Kike Hernandez, the batter. He'll be followed by Conforto and Barnes. The 1-0. Slice foul down the line. 1-1. 7, 8, 9 batters due up in this inning. Then you'll have the top of the order in the 8th if the Braves can get them in order here. Curveball grabs the outer edge. 1-2. I'd say the biggest thing that divides the Braves and the Dodgers rosters right now is that lack of shutdown guys in the bullpen. You've got a good closer in Iglesias, and you got some pretty good pieces, but it's not like it has been in years past. 1-2. Swing and a miss, strike three. Got him with the curveball. Went away. In years past, we had so many great arms coming out of that pen, one after the other. When you lose some guys to free agency, basically what happens is everybody gets moved up a little later in the game. And speaking of that, here comes Dylan Lee out of the pen. It was one batter, one out for Pierce Johnson. He'll come in to face Conforto, probably a pinch hitter when we return.
Listen, if you feed your kid frozen pizza or chicken nuggets for dinner, you are a terrible parent. I don't care what it takes. You take the time out and you put that in the microwave.
Today we're going to talk about the career of Rod Carew. He made his major league debut April 11, 1967. He had a career-high 5 hits against Washington on May 8, 1967. On May 20th, 1967, he became the first Minnesota Twins player to hit for the cycle. All of these things happened in his first 2 months in the major leagues. He was an 18-time All-Star. He only missed 1 All-Star game in his career. In 1969, he stole home 7 times. Only Ty Cobb has stolen home more in 1 season. He hit 300 or better from 1969 to 1983. He never struck out 100 times in a season. He won 7 batting titles in his career and 4 straight from 1972 to 1975. He would miss out on a 5th straight batting title by .002. He led the American League in hits 3 times in his career. Over his 19-year career, he batted .328, had 3,053 hits, scored 1,424 runs, stole 353 bases, and had a .393 on-base percentage. He also won an MVP award in 1977. He was elected to the Baseball Hall of Fame in 1991 with 90.5% of the vote.
America's entry into World War I was very near in the spring of 1917. Millions had died on battlefields in Europe, and Americans could no longer stand by. Baseball was eager to show that it was ready to do its part. Ban Johnson ordered teams to learn close order drill, and the Washington Senators showed off their marching skill, led by the athletic young Assistant Secretary of the Navy, Franklin Delano Roosevelt.
Welcome back. The 0-1 pitch to Miguel Rojas from Dylan Lee is swung on and belted down the left field line, foul. Into the upper deck, but plenty foul. It's 0-2. Braves 4, Dodgers 2. Top of the 7th inning. The 0-2. Change up. This is down and away. 1-2. Miguel Rojas in to pinch hit for Conforto. Probably what will happen there is Kike will head to left field and Rojas to second. The pitch on the way, slider. That ball's lifted deep. She's gone. A solo shot, and you got a 1-run game here in Atlanta. Dylan Lee coughs up a hanging slider. Talking about that depth in that bullpen rearing its ugly head again. Dylan Lee, in past years, he was your 6th inning guy. Now he's pushing to the 7th and the 8th, depending on the matchup. You really don't have that bridge to Iglesias like you used to. They're trying to pigeonhole Daysbel Hernandez in there, but he's not as accurate as Joe Jimenez was, so it can be a little dicey to bring him in the 8th. First pitch on the way to Barnes is a strike right there on the outer edge. It's 0-1. And now the Dodgers trail by only a swing. The 0-1. Swing, pops it up. High down the first base side, giving chase is Olsen. It'll bend into the crowd. 0-2. Standing on deck, Shohei Ohtani. So an 0-2 count. 95-mile-an-hour four-seamer misses high and out of the zone. 1-2. Braves cling to that one-run lead. They jumped out to a 4-0 lead, have done nothing since the third inning. The 1-2's in the dirt. Kicks away, evens up the count, 2-2. The 2-2. 95. Did he go around? They checked down the line. He did not. Full count. So nibbling along here. Now the Braves have worked themselves into a mess. You got a full count. The pitch on the way. Swing and a miss. Strike 3. They tap him on the belt. 2 away. Ball came out of the glove of Baldwin, but not far enough for the batter to really make any kind of effort down to first. That'll bring Shohei Ohtani to the place as everybody puckers up. 1-run lead facing Ohtani, hopefully for the last time tonight. First pitch on the way. 87 hanging slider up top. Thankfully taken all the way. It's 0-1. The 0-1. Kicks and fires. 95 misses high and out of the zone. 1-1. One count. Ohtani has already hit one in this series. Slider, swing and a miss. 1-2. He hit a hanging curveball last night. For those of y'all might have went to bed early, that thing went to dead center and it just brought rain. 1-2 count. Braves fans on their feet trying to root Dylan Lee along. The 1-2. Slider misses down and away, evens up the count. Standing on deck, Mookie Betts. Freddie in the hole. Let's see them in the 8th and not in the 7th. The 2-2 swing. That ball's ripped into center field, and that's going to get down for a base hit. Harris cuts it off, but Ohtani will easily be in with a 2-out double into scoring position. And here comes Mookie Betts. And here comes Brian Snicker, as this pitching change did not work. He'll go to the right-hander to face Mookie with the left-hander, Freddie, standing on deck. We'll be back in a flash here on Braves Country.
So come to find out, the barber that lives around the corner from me just got arrested for selling drugs. You just never know about people, man. I've been going to this dude for 12 years. Never knew he was a barber. It's crazy, man.
Here are some baseball facts you might not have known. Craig Biggio is remembered as a great contact hitter and one of the best Astros ever. In 1997, he played 162 games without grounding into a double play, becoming the only player to ever do that. Hunter Green is an extremely exciting prospect for the Cincinnati Reds. Part of that excitement comes from his electric fastball. In his April 16th start against the Dodgers, he threw 39 pitches over 100 miles per hour, setting a new record.
Baseball had become one of the biggest entertainment industries in the country, and when war actually came in April, the owners saw no reason to stop playing.
With an astonishing disregard for the new proprieties and new decencies, the so-called magnates of baseball have proclaimed in both leagues their unswerving adherence to the wretched fallacy of business as usual. New York Times.
The owners argued that baseball should be declared an essential wartime industry so that players would be exempt from the draft. It didn't work.
July the 21st, 1918. Baseball received a knockout wallop yesterday when Secretary Baker ruled players in the draft age must obtain employment calculated to aid in the successful prosecution of the war or shoulder guns and fight.
Fresh recruits drilled on the Elysian Fields in Hoboken, New Jersey, where Brooklyn and Manhattan teams had developed the game of baseball 70 years before. Some ball players found jobs in defense industries where they were paid handsomely to play on company teams. But 247 major leaguers did serve, and 3 were killed in action.
Daysbel Hernandez will come in to try to spell the last out here in the 7th, and they'll probably ask him to try to come on in the 8th as well if he can get through this. First pitch on the way. Slider down and away to Mookie Betts. It's 1-0. Righty-righty matchup. Ohtani representing the tying run, hanging out on second base. The infield is back and to the left. The 1-0. Smacks the black with the slider on the outer edge. It's 1-1. One count. In the dirt. Ball kicks away. Baldwin's able to keep Ohtani standing at second. 2-1. May not be a big deal there, but with Mookie's speed, you never know if he's going to get an infield single or something. So all in all, Baldwin may have saved a run there. The 2-1, swing, chops it over to short. Here comes Allen. He's got plenty of time, fires it over to first, and that'll end the inning. 6-3 in your put out, and that'll take us to the bottom of the 7th inning. Get up and stretch, Braves country. We are clinging to a 1-run lead. Yeah, the FanDuel. This game isn't on FanDuel, Jack. It's on ESPN, so you're always going to run into that. Everybody runs into that, unfortunately. What's more aggravating, just because it's always been baked into the Sunday night, what's more aggravating is that when you have your Friday night game that theoretically should be on FanDuel, no matter who you're a fan of, and you look up and it's on Apple. And then I think the Yankees have another, I think it's Amazon, that carries their game once a week. I don't know which night it is, but it's like Wednesday night or something. So if you're a Yankee fan living in the Yankee area, you got to have access to Apple, Amazon, and I want to say there's another one along with the Fox and ESPN. So it's almost like every single night the Yankees are on a different channel. Braves lead it by 1 as we head to the bottom of the 7th inning. Dodgers have been scraping back in it ever since Riley's two-run home runs. Three runs, 6 hits, no errors for the Dodgers. 4 runs, 6 hits, no errors for the Braves. Catch up on the scoring. Riley hit a 2-run shot, 426 feet, with Verdugo on board to make it 2-0 in the first. Same thing, but 416 feet, with Verdugo on to make it 4-0 in the third. The Dodgers, as the first pitch on the way to Alex Verdugo from Garcia, the right-hander, misses outside for a ball. It's 1-0. The Dodgers in the 4th inning scored on a double by Max Muncy that scored Teoscar Hernandez. Then Muncy grounded out to second, scoring Mookie Betts in the 6th with the sinker. Swung on and fouled out of the glove of Barnes. It's 1-1. Miguel Rojas came off the bench to pinch hit, and he hit a 365-foot home run that just got over the bullpen wall in left field to make it a 1-run game in the 7th. The 1-1 to Verdugo. Misses outside wide, splitter misses, 2-1. Braves 4, Dodgers 3, the 2-1. Swing, chops it over to second. He's been busy all night. Kike will flip it over to first. Make that Rojas. He did do the switch that we expected. Kike is now in left. Rojas is at second. So 1 down, and Austin Riley gunning for his 3rd home run of the night. First pitch, 96-mile-an-hour fastball. Smacks the outer edge for a strike. It's 0-1. Righty-righty matchup. Last time, third baseman, the Atlanta Braves hit 3 home runs. Chipper Jones in 06. Pitch on the way, bang foul. Down the third baseline, it's 0-2. Oh, 2 count. Garcia brings it. Slider in the dirt. 1-2. We'll put it back behind home plate with nobody on base. Standing on deck is Ozuna. In the hole is Olsen. The 1-2. Swing. Chops it over to third. Should be an easy play for Muncy. 5-3 put out, 1 away. Braves needing some insurance runs here. Offense has really done little or nothing since that 3rd inning, and they threatened. They had many runners on in that inning, but couldn't get any more across, and now they're in a 1-run ball game. Marcell Ozuna 1 for 2. Single and a hit by pitch. First one on the way. Swing. That ball's ripped into center field. That's through for a base hit. And your Atlanta Braves, 107 miles an hour off the bat of Garcia. Pitch. Marcell Ozuna, a 2-hit night. That'll bring Big Matt Olson to the plate. He was 0 for 3, but hit a hard hit ball stolen from him in the third inning. That's going to be it. They're going to go to the pen. This game really dragging with all the pitching changes. We will be back in a flash, bottom of the 7th, here in Braves country. The left-hander Anthony Banda is coming on for the Dodgers. Pretty much their go-to lefty other than the closer, Tanner Scott, that they signed in the offseason. First pitch on the way, 94th and knees to Olson. 0-1. Ozuna at first. 2 outs. The 0-1. In the dirt, 1-1. They check down the third base line, but Ryan Wills says no dice. One count. Olson digs in. 95-mile-an-hour fastball, about letter high. 1-2. On deck is Ozzie. In the hole, Money Mike. 1-2. Down and away, 2-2. Two count. Brings it. Swing, chops it over towards second. That's going to be a tough play, and it is out. My word. Kike Hernandez has been the MVP of the Dodgers today. He absolutely, positively has done one heck of a job here. We'll be back in a flash to clean this up when we come back and straighten up the screen that has gone haywire.
My daughter just asked me if she could turn the heat up in the house. I told her, hell no, you better go grab one of them hoodies you had on when it was 100 degrees outside.
I'm going to show you guys how to cook like a true Kentucky boy. All you need to start is some lithium batteries and some Sudafed.
Update!
My house is gone! Usually when somebody invites me over to their house and I drive by and see more than 3 cars, I just usually go on home because I kind of feel like it could be an intervention.
MLB teams are required to apply a small dab of mud to the 13 dozen baseballs used during a standard MLB game. Every team has been muddying baseballs since the 1950s, and they've used only one special type of mud, magic mud, found on the Delaware River in New Jersey, that provides the perfect grip. That mud has been harvested by one family for nearly 80 years. The mud takes 6 weeks to harvest and process, and the best part, only the Bentliff family knows the exact location of the magic mud.
Soldiers played ball in camps and on battleships, on fields in Flanders, and in hastily constructed ballparks throughout France. Grover Cleveland Alexander served in the trenches with an artillery unit and emerged from the fighting shell-shocked, his hearing damaged, drinking more heavily than ever to forget the horrors he had seen. Though Branch Rickey was 36 and had 4 children, he went to war too, became a major, and commanded a unit that included Captains Ty Cobb and Christy Mathewson. Cobb and Mathewson did not get to France until after the shooting stopped, but during a drill, Mathewson was exposed to poison gas that fatally seared his lungs. He would live for 7 more years, but his great career was over.
Braves Country Radio, pull up a chair. Your home for the classic call of Braves Country Baseball. So to clean that up, that was Rojas that made the play. As soon as it happened, something screwy happened with the screen. I couldn't see anything. It was just numbers all over the screen. It looked like it was about to set off a Scud missile in it was that movie called War Games. First pitch on the way from Daysbel Hernandez to Freddie Freeman. It's right there for a strike. It's 0-1. The 0-1. Slider below the knees. Freddie doesn't like it. It was a touch low, but he's been doing that all night. It's 0-2. The ball was hit hard on the right side of the infield as the pitch on the way. Swing! That ball's ripped on the carpet. Ozzie has to dive. He'll fire it over to first. It's a 4-3 put out. 1 away. And in my head, I still had it that it was Kike over there at second, but Kike's been moved over to the left. But Rojas had to dive for the ball, throw it from his knees, and he barely got the runner after it ricocheted. I mean, that play happens 100 more times. There's no way he doesn't end up beating it out. But that's what happened on that play. He was definitely out. First pitch on the way to Teoscar Hernandez. He's outside for a ball. It's 1-0. The 1-0. 98, swing and a miss. 1-1. Just as I'm looking up and I'm trying to see it, all these numbers are on the screen, and all I can see is the pitch on the way, 4-seam fastball, misses high, 2-1, nowhere near the zone. All I can see is all these numbers all over my screen. I'm thinking that's what y'all are seeing, so it kind of threw me for a second. The 2-1 count. Misses well the zone, 3-1. So Daysbel Hernandez, wild here in this at-bat. The 3-1 from Daysbel. Swing and a miss at the slider, 3-2. Freddie Freeman down on a good defensive play by Ozzie. You got Muncy standing on deck. The payoff pitch. Swing, bangs it over to first. Olsen has it. He'll flip it to Hernandez covering the bag, and it'll be a 1-3 put out, 2 down. But in my head, I was thinking that was still Kike right before I lost the screen. And he had already made a ton of plays over there at second base today already, but no, that was Rojas. I don't even know how Banda held his foot, too. That was close play, but he definitely held it. Seen the replay about 3 times since my screen went haywire, and he absolutely held the throw. 2 down. Top of the 8th, Braves cling to that 1-run lead. Max Muncy stands in. First pitch, 99 on the inner cut. It's 1-0. Dazel's been a little wild, but that's kind of the name of his game. 1-0. Swing. Hammers the slider down the line. Foul. 1-1. When Daysbel comes in, you just hope he's effectively wild. He's normally a little bit off. As the 1-1 swing hit hard into right field. Making the diving catch is the Book of Eli, and that'll end the inning. So some great defensive plays by the Braves keep Daysbel unscathed. We'll be back in a flash. Let's get some runs, Braves country.
Y'all, back when I was a kid, I could fall out of a tree and walk it off like it was nothing. Now, if I sleep wrong, I can't turn my head to the left for a whole week.
This is weak, man. Frank's trying to not pay me my winnings for the Skins beatdown I just issued him because his 401k's tanking. It's like, dude, you got to grab the reins, man. Do some analytics, do some research, and take charge so I don't have to subsidize your lack of golfing skills.
But then the night told, you moved your ball.
Frank, it was on the cart path. Why don't you try reading the rules, Shankopotamus?
If you don't like me, just say that. Okay, I don't like you. Why would you say that? It's so mean.
Never kiss mom on dad's birthday.
Armchair.
September 6, 1918. Far different from any incident that has ever occurred in the history of baseball was the great moment of the first World Series game between the Chicago Cubs and the Boston Red Sox. As the crowd of 19,274 spectators stood up to take the afternoon yawn, the band broke forth to the strains of the Star-Spangled Banner as the ball players turned quickly about and faced the music. And when the final notes came, a great volume of melody rolled across the field. The onlookers exploded into thunderous applause.
The wartime crowd sang so enthusiastically that the performance was repeated at every game of the series. From then on, the song was an integral part of the national pastime. It did not become the official national anthem until 1931. The Red Sox won the World Series that year, beating the Chicago Cubs 4-2. One of the series stars was the young pitcher Babe Ruth, who had won both his starts, including a masterful 1-0 shutout. It was Boston's 4th World Championship in the decade.
Welcome back. Sunday night edition of Braves Country Radio. Your Atlanta Braves lead this one 4-3, but you just get the feeling you need another run. As we head to the bottom of the 8th looking for some insurance. Ozzie Albies leads us off, first pitch swinging. Kind of a lazy swing through the zone that pops back foul. Sinker right down the pipe. It's 0-1. The 0-1. Kicks and fires. Down and away. 1-1. Joe Banda. They're leaving him in most likely to face Ozzie, and then the real thing is Michael standing on deck with the left-handed bat. The 1-1. Swing, foul it down the right field line. Will it stay in play? Coming in, making the easy catches. Hernandez, Teoscar type. F9 in your scorecard. Ozzie Albies now 0 for 3 with a walk tonight. First pitch on the way to Harris is slider up top for a strike. It's 0-1. Michaels 1 for 3. Single to center in the second inning. The 0-1 swing, chops it, Towards second. It's going to be a tough play. Rojas fires it to first. A 4-3 put out. 2 down. Good hustle by Michael. Good hustle by Rojas. So quickly 2 down. That'll bring Eli White to the plate. Banda will stay in. Sinker down and in. It's 1-0. I think if you have a runner on, they probably go and get someone else out of the pen. But they're going to see if Banda can get through this inning. The 1-0 to Eli. Swing. Just got a piece of it. Fouls it out of the mitt of Austin Barnes. It's 1-1. Raziel Iglesias, who pitched last night in mop-up duty, warming up in the bullpen. The 1-1. Nowhere near the zone 2-1. So a 2-1 count. Lefty, righty, here's the pitch. Swing and a miss. Sinker blew it right by him, 2-2. Banda comes set. The 2-2. In the dirt, 3-2. Full count now. This is be the 16th pitch for Banda. He's ended the last inning. So if you count the warm-up tosses, a little more than that, but nonetheless. The full count, payoff pitch. Swing, hits it through the infield. That's going to dribble through for a base hit. And Eli White is on. And he's always a threat to go when he is on. Drake Baldwin, your batter. Baldwin, who is 1 for 3. Lefty, first pitch, 84. Did he go around? They said that he did. 0-1. Eli White at first. Infield is back into the right. The 0-1. Banda flips it over to first to keep Eli close by. More of a show-me move, and it wasn't really aggressive enough to pick him off. Could be setting him up. The 0-1. Down and away, 1-1. Tried to go to that slider again. This one was well off, and Drake was able to hold up. Got a huge hole in between first and second as Freddie holds on Eli. The 1-1 pitch. 95 grabs the outer edge. 1-2. And then there's quite a bit of real estate in between the third baseman, Muncy, who's essentially playing shortstop where he's at, and the third base line. And he doesn't have a lot of range to begin with. So if you can get anything down there with Eli's speed, he could score. They're going to flip it over to first, and they've got Eli picked off, and Freddie throws it to second. He's got him. Eli got caught with his hand in the cookie jar, and the Braves are dead in the 8th. We head to the 9th, clinging to a 1-run lead. Can Eyeglasses pull it off when we return?
Hate your life and die on it.
Okay, first of all, I didn't miss the red flags. I looked at them and thought, damn, that's sexy. And that's my problem.
Are you an adult?
Yeah.
And it's almost winter?
Yeah.
Introducing Being Kinda Sick.
What's that?
You thought winter would be full of holiday spirit and joy, but instead you're just kinda sick for months straight and can't figure out why.
Am I sick or am I not sick? I don't get it.
Neither. You're kinda sick.
What?
With Being Kinda Sick, you can be slightly congested all the time, have a cough that comes and goes, and randomly have a sore throat for no reason. And don't forget to have your excuse ready.
Dude, are you sick? No, I think it's just the season change. Please get away from me. I don't know what's going on. I'm not fully sick, but I don't really feel good either. I guess my body's finally falling apart.
Try it today.
Hitting is not about muscle. It's simple physics. Calculate the velocity v in relation to the trajectory t, in which g, gravity, of course, remains a constant. It's not complicated.
Now, who are you again?
Assistant to the traveling secretary.
You're the guy who put us in that Ramada in Milwaukee.
Want to talk about hotels? You want to win some ball games?
Hey, we won the World Series.
In 6 games.
This helpful instructional message from the National Association of People Who Have Trouble Walking and Chewing Gum at the same time. Step, chew. Step, chew. Step, chew. Step, chew.
Judge Kennesaw Mountain Landis was brought in as an authority figure, someone who looked the part. This great granite face, shock of white hair, looked like Jupiter in a very bad mood.
Born in Millville, Ohio, Landis was named for the Civil War battlefield on which his father had lost his leg. As a judge, he had once sentenced an aging bank robber to 15 years in jail. Your Honor, the man said, I'm 72 years old. I can't serve that long. Landis replied, well, do the best you can.
Welcome back. Raziel Iglesias. Eyeglasses comes out of the pen. Ready to try to put this game away. First pitch on the way from Raziel. 94 at the knees. It's 0-1. Braves lead it 4-3, looking for the first win against the Dodgers in 2023. 0 for 5 so far. The 0-1. Swing, chops it foul off his instep. It's 0-2. Andy Pius leads us off. It'll be Rojas, who hit a home run his last time up, following him. I'm sorry, Kike Hernandez and then Rojas. I've been mixing them up all night. The 0-2, swing, chops it foul, we'll do it again. If anybody gets on, it would then be Barnes and then Shohei Ohtani. So you want to get these 3 outs before they score and before the lineup flips over. As the 4-seam fastball smacked back to the back of the backstop, it's 0-2. The 0-2 count. Eyeglasses delivers, swing, slider. Bangs it foul back behind home plate. Braves 4, Dodgers 3. 3 runs, 6 hits for the Dodgers. As the changeup is banged foul down the third base line. 4 runs, 8 hits for the Braves. A clean ball game so far, no errors for either team. The 0-2. As Iglesias shakes off Baldwin, here's the pitch. Swing, slaps it over to the right side, off the glove of Ozzie Albies. And they've got the leadoff runner on with an infield single. Ozzie did everything he could there, laying out, sticking his glove out there, but just could not come up with it. If he comes up, it's going to be a tough throw because Paez, the center fielder, was busting it down the line. So 1 on, nobody out. And pinch runner coming on. Looks like that is Kim, the young man that was called up from the minors. They signed from overseas in the offseason. It is Hai-Sung Kim. Maybe we can pick him off and welcome him to the big leagues. Will Smith is going to come on and hit for Kike Hernandez. So it'll be a double switch there. First pitch on the way. Sinker at the knees. It's 0-1. So if the Dodgers were to push this to the bottom of the 9th inning, Smith would go behind the plate as the slider misses down and away. 1-1. Which means they're probably planning on, most likely they're planning on pinch hitting for Barnes. We'll see how that plays out. Kim, by the way, almost got caught with his hand in the cookie jar. They threw it over there first. He was leaning. Runner goes. Here comes the throw. Throw is in and out of the glove of Ozzie once again. And Kim steals second base. So the tying run now stands at second. The throw by Baldwin. That was going to be a bang-bang. I don't know if he would have gotten him or not, but Ozzie couldn't hold on to it regardless. Kim with good speed. Head first slide. Now he's going to be looking to steal third. The 2-1. Fastball right there at the knees. 2-2. Nobody out. Kim looking to try to get over to third to force the infield to come in. The 2-2. Slices it foul and out of play. The 2-2. 95-mile-an-hour fastball sizzled out of play. Iglesias now to 13 pitches. He's yet to get an out. Baldwin sets up outside. 94-mile-an-hour fastball. Check swing. He's out. They're going to have to throw it over to first. Kim goes over and steals third on the play. Baldwin kind of screwed that up. He didn't look back the runner far enough back to second. So when he makes the long run the long throw to first base, as opposed to chasing him back up the line before he throws, that makes a long throw for him and then a long throw for Olsen. So the pitch got away. You got to put that on Baldwin. That's bad defense. First pitch on the way as the infield is now drawn in with the tying run 90 feet away to Rojas. It's 1-0. The 1-0. Swing and a miss. Change up. Over the top. 1-1. 1-1 count. Tying run. 90 feet away with just one out. Pitch. Swing and a miss. Change up inside. 1-2. What I'm saying, if you're not watching it at home, when he got the ball, if he takes a few steps up before he throws, Kim's naturally going to head back to second. But he stood there baiting him. As the 1-2, that's just inexperience on Baldwin's part. The 1-2, swing and a miss, strike three. What a big strikeout by Eyeglasses, 2 down. Enormous strikeout there. Now you can play the defense back. You got the number 9 hitter Barnes coming to the plate. We'll see if they're going to let him hit. Okay. I thought that the plan was to pinch hit as the first pitch on the way. It's a swing and a miss strike. It's 0-1. And this bat's even bigger because you got Shohei Ohtani looming on deck, Mookie in the hole, and Freddie to follow. The 0-1. Fastball, 95, right down the pipe. 2 strikes on Barnes. We need one more strike put this to bed. Raciel Iglesias, affectionately known as Eyeglasses here in Braves country, comes set. The pitch. Swing! Fouls it away. Braves 4, Dodgers 3. The 0-2 brings it. Swing and a miss. Strike 3. Braves win. Braves win. Your Atlanta Braves win. Whiskey for my men. Beer for my horses. Your Atlanta Braves take a big, big win. Hold on for victory against the Dodgers. Holy cow. Being Sunday night, we're not going to do the post-game show tonight. I've got a lot going on tomorrow. I'm not sure if I'm doing the show at noon. I'm going to try like hell to be here, but we got a lot going on here tomorrow morning, so I'm going to try to be here, but if I can't get it done, then we'll pre-record something right before the opening pitch for the Red Series. Braves, 4 runs, 8 hits, no errors. Dodgers, 3 runs, 7 hits, no errors. Player of the game ball has to go to Austin Riley, but honest engine, a tip of the cap to Bryce Elder, who threw 5 innings and 6 strikeouts, 2 earned runs. And what a job by Eyeglasses to get out of that jam after they let the tying run go all the way to third on that defensive faux pas. Wasn't an error, but it was definitely a mental block. And the Braves finally win 1 against the Dodgers. Feels good. And we'll see you tomorrow. 4-game set. Dodgers lose it to the Braves 4-3. We got a 4-game set starting with the Reds tomorrow here in Atlanta. Y'all have a great one, Braves country.
There's something kind of about a kid that's never played baseball.
It is the American game. That's just what it is. And actually, I can feel like I'm 15 when I'm talking baseball. I'm watching baseball. This is it. It does this. It can do this to any. It brings you back